What's happening, guys? Happy Gravy Day. This is the week in quarantine where I have just lost touch with the reality. Like Wednesday, I think you guys were talking about it a second ago, is like I just feel like centered now. Like, I know it's Wednesday because we fucking podcast on Wednesdays. This is the day this week. Like, not to brag, but I've had like we haven't had to go into work this week. We've been using vacation, so Tuesday felt like it was Sunday, and I was just thrown off. And everything's been I don't know what day is which. And Wednesday's the one day I'm like, okay, I get it because I'm doing work on Wednesdays now, so that makes sense. And hey, happy Gravy Day! We got a lot to talk about. We may morph into a different entire kind of podcast. Who knows? We're going to go back in time. We're going to talk. Pat's got a lot to talk about Nick Cannon, I think. And Pat is going to give us an earful.
Yeah.
And we're going to give Pat the floor for that.
Fuck that guy.
There's some team name changes we got to talk about. We're like a week away from sports, like the major four sports, one of them being back in baseball. And
next Thursday, I believe.
I'm pretty stoked. 8 days. So let's get right into it, guys. Let's get right into it. Do we want to hop into the time machine first?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Let's hop into the time machine. Like every single week felt like it was the same in quarantine. Like where you been was I watched this on Netflix. By the way, have y'all checked out Flora's Lava? Because I just keep watching. I just keep liking it. I keep getting frustrated with things. They talk too much. They don't make moves as fast as they would, like as fast as I would at least. But Flora's Lava, apparently a lot of the Gravy Gang watch it and are big fans too. So that's what I like about the Gravy Gang. They just let me know that I'm not wrong in watching Flora's Lava. And yeah, so besides just talking about on where you been, which is our normal segment in the beginning. Oh, I've watched this on Netflix. I sat at home and played this video game. It kind of became repetitive. So we were like, why don't we pick a random year? We'll just talk about stuff that happened in that when things were still happening in the world and not just like, it feels like we're at a standstill or we're just mad at things. And instead of just being mad or at a standstill.
Well, I'm always mad.
That is true.
I'm like the Hulk, but not as strong or cool.
You have your Nick Cannon segment coming up, though. Which, by the way,
I think we should just have that every week. Who pissed off Pat this week?
My co-hosts just don't like Nick Cannon. Chris hated Nick Cannon. Robert, you remember all those rants he went on with Nick Cannon. And, like now, Pat. Okay, cool. Nick Cannon, friends off with my co-hosts. Just our podcast. But we're going to go back into the year 1985 this year in the PTG Time Machine Club. Now, it's pretty easy. Just go type in what happened in 1985. You can follow along if you'd like to chime in with things that you found out that maybe we didn't talk about. Hashtag PTG 1985 at Pass the Gravy Pod. And this new segment brought to you by our newest podcast on the Pass the Gravy Podcast Network, The Time Machine with Andrew Green. He picks something nostalgic and talks about that in each episode. You can listen to it free wherever you get your podcast. Hit up that subscribe button, give it a 5-star review, and just let Andrew know you're supporting him because he's on the Pass the Gravy Podcast Network. This is our PTG Time Machine Club for 1985, and I'll go first. This is one, like, I feel like I got sucked into the wormhole of the Munich, like, kidnappings and the Olympic thing with
you like terrorist stories.
This isn't terrorist, though. This isn't terrorist, but I did get sucked into that. I learned a lot about that. Route 66 was removed from the U.S. highway system. It was, like, decommissioned. Just raise your hand if you didn't know that Route 66 wasn't still a thing.
I know.
Okay, well,
this is just one of those things that I had randomly looked up years ago.
I had no idea. I thought you could still hop on Route 66, and it was just like old.
No,
like
you can't get your kicks
that was
on
like
Route
the original
66
highway. Yeah, you can. It's not a thing. It's decommissioned, and the interstate system is kind of what they were going more towards. But like, it was only a thing for like 40 years.
Yeah,
which blew my mind.
Which is a pretty long time, but like, you know, around the 60s, we started getting better infrastructure.
Yeah, but yeah, Route 66 kind of. I was today years old when I found out that like Route 66, you can't still hop on.
what did your opening about you getting into the Munich thing have anything to do with Route 66? Like,
just that,
if you're going to tell, because there was terrorist attacks in 1985, like around the globe. I thought that's where you were going. Like, dude, on the same vein as
I'm saying
Olympics
I got
and
obsessed
terrorists
with it, and like
roads,
I read a bunch
bro.
about it. Like where I read so much, like that the Munich Olympic terrorism thing. Like I got really sucked into that. Was on like 6 different Wikipedia articles reading about it, and like on this one, I was like, wait. You can't, like, there's not like an old Route 66, and like there's like parts of it where like this used to be Route 66, but like you can't just like, I thought they just renamed it. Like it's not just Route 66. It's like you can hop on Interstate 66 or whatever. No, it's just gone. Like it blew my mind. It just blew my mind. There was just a lot that I didn't know about that. And I like what, like it's one of those things where you're like, what do I even know? What is it that I know now? Like, do I know anything? No, I don't. I didn't know that Route 66 is gone. So
I mean, it's not.
R.I.P.
I wouldn't say it's very well known.
Yeah, I don't think not knowing about a Route 66 not being, you shouldn't question. Oh, what do you know?
I feel like an idiot.
Yeah. No, it's just like I don't. The only reason I know about it is randomly one night on the internet, probably like 15 years ago. I just
and Cars 2.
No, I didn't watch those.
Yeah. And maybe Cars 3.
Or 4.
Those random things that like I know, and that's why I don't have any real world knowledge, because I just store all these facts I don't need.
Oh, did you guys know that Cars, fun fact, is actually a prequel to Fast and Furious? All of those cars grow up to be the cars of Fast and Furious.
Why aren't they talking?
They mature.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike adults, cars are the opposite, where like before they're mature, they talk too much, and then as they get older, they just stop talking.
Makes sense. That does make sense.
Learned a lot today. What did you guys learn about 1980?
First one I'm gonna go. It was the biggest concert in the history of the world, and I don't mean specifically overall Live Aid, even though Live Aid was watched by, I think they said like 1 billion people worldwide or something. I'm gonna go specifically with Queen's performance from Live Aid. It's probably the most famous concert of all time.
Yeah, and if you watched Bohemian Rhapsody, it's like that's like a big build up in that.
I mean, obviously Live Aid is the biggest concert, but it was a bunch of concerts. But I'm saying specifically Queen's performance in there, I would say, has got to be the most famous concert of all time.
Yeah, I would say that. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of people played at that.
I went with a theme for my picks. First one, Michael Jordan won the Rookie of the Year. And here's the theme part. Michael Jackson bought ATV Music and every Beatles song for $47 million.
Which is a
talk about a good investment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was my Michael theme for the week.
Oh,
that's it. I had a 2-pronged theme,
and there we go. Yeah, Live Aid. It was like Duran, David Bowie, Paul McCartney, Run DMC, U2, Lionel Richie, Hall & Oates, Elton John, B.B. King, Bob Dylan, Cher. Like that's a stacked lineup, even though they weren't all playing in the same place.
I'm surprised they didn't. No, I don't know if this actually happened before or after Live Aid, but We Are the World came out that year too for African, because that's what I believe Live Aid was for Ethiopian famine. Maybe it was all of Africa, but I think it was specifically Ethiopia. But then that celebrity song We Are the World came out that was also like throwing benefits towards famine. Surprised they didn't get everyone to link up and do We Are the World at Live Aid.
Yeah.
Even though Live Aid was in like 3 different spots.
They should have done one of those Imagine videos where they do it like via Zoom, like all the celebrities did in the beginning of the lockout. Like they should have done that.
I mean, that's pretty much what We Are the World is.
Yeah, but they should have done it via Zoom. If they were
via
really
technology they did not have.
If they were hip with the times, they would have done it with that. Speaking of hip with the times, Back to the Future, Rocky 4 came out all in that year. So did the Goonies, I believe. Big year for movies.
I looked up who won the Academy Award that year too, and it was like fucking Amadeus. I didn't even look up what Amadeus
Rock Me Amadeus.
I was like, man, fuck this.
Amadeus. New Coke came out.
Was just shit on.
People hated it. But, like, there's, like, a whole conspiracy theory that was when they were getting rid of real sugar. So, like, we'll just put out this shit product, call it New Coke. Everybody will hate it, and then we'll just get the corn syrup or whatever it is. That's why Mexican Coke's always better because it's got real cane sugar in it. They just went to, like, the fructose syrup or whatever they use instead of the real sugar. And then when they switched back, it tasted enough like regular Coke already did. And so people were like, well, this is the same stuff. It's better. But you just were like,
Coca-Cola
I don't want
Classic.
Right, but you just didn't want that trash ass New Coke, and so they were like, "Gotcha!" And we cut profits now too because we're not having to use real cane sugar.
I want them to bring New Coke back because I want to know what it was like.
But wasn't that like Crystal Pepsi? Like they brought Crystal Pepsi back for a second, and everybody's like, "This kind of does suck." I get it. I get why.
Well, New Coke, the whole thing was it was sweeter, apparently, and it tested well. But then when it came out, everyone was like, "No, we don't. We want our Coke. Like, you can have both, but don't take away Coke."
I wouldn't want a sweeter Coke.
If it came out now, though, it would be called like Coke Max.
I want that Colombian nose Coke, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want to.
Maybe that kind of Coke.
Let's see what. Oh, the Titanic was located.
Yeah. The people from the movie with the old lady were on there, and then she talked about fucking Jack and all that stuff. Like that what happened there.
France, some French researchers, scientists, whatever you want to call them, and some
a couple Americanos.
Yeah. After they said French, I was like, all right, whatever.
No, because I always assume everything that's done like under the sea is like by a Frenchman, because it's like Charles de Gaulle, and then all those like 1,000 Leagues
Jacques
Under the Sea. Yeah, Jacques Cousteau. It's like all of them sound French named, and so you're like, I don't even know. Like I just assume that the French, like the ocean belongs to the French in exploration, like. America, we got space. We nailed that. We crushed space.
No, if anything,
French,
it would be the British.
They're good at surrendering and then like looking at all the shit that like is too deep under the sea that we don't really care about.
The French aren't known as seafaring people. The British were. They conquered half the fucking world,
but they're like above sea. They're like floating on the sea. I'm talking below the surface. The French got that.
Well, James Cameron took below the surface back for us. Once, he directed Titanic, and then he was just like, I'm going to build myself submarines.
Yeah, but he couldn't find the goddamn blue diamond. So where the fuck is that?
I mean, he was looking for the story, not the material.
Well, no, that's his fucking bullshit participation trophy. Where he's like, well, we really got a story. Instead of that, you're like, no, that bitch had it with her. She dropped it in the ocean. It's right under your nose, James. It's right under your nose. And he's like, you know what? It was a blue heart of the ocean. We'll use blue for our avatar. Done. Next movie.
Oh.
People forget.
You know what? Does that mean blue's got to be James Cameron's favorite color, right?
Water, avatar. Yeah. Those two things that I just named, I would assume 100%. That's why.
Without a doubt.
That's just solid logic right there.
Calvin Hobbes debuted.
I think J. Cole was born. He has a rap song. This is 1985 I Arrived. So,
I mean, you want to talk about 1985 songs. How about the song 1985 by Bowling for Soup?
It did, did not happen then, but was inspired by that. It inspired the future generations to write Christina, Madonna, Waiting for Nirvana.
I'm pretty sure we've sang that on
Blondie,
this podcast before.
Yeah. Music still on MTV. 2 kids in high school. They tell her that she's uncool
because she's still preoccupied.
With 19. See? Yeah, I believe that was when our podcast son Skylar Lester asked us whether or not they were bowling for soup or like like bowling to award soup to people. Shit? I don't know. My brain is dumb. That's like my parents were always like, if you would just apply like everything you put into knowing about fantasy football or stats for your favorite team into school, you would have such better grades. And now look at me, mom and dad.
Yeah.
Look at me now. That didn't even matter.
I'd have better grades, but then your son would be a fucking nerd.
Yeah, then I'm a nerd. And who's this guy reading numbers?
Don't you want your son to be a cool guy?
Yeah. Maybe I'd be richer, but it doesn't matter. Life's not all about money.
Speaking of nerds.
Okay.
Because this was kind of a nerd thing back then. Nintendo debuted in North America in 1985.
Also, speaking of nerds, Microsoft put out the first version of Windows.
Speaking of nerds, that's when the candy came out.
Yeah.
No shit.
No, I don't know if that's. I don't have no idea if that's true.
I was like, fuck. I didn't. The way he looked at you, Pat, like I kind of was like, I don't think it's true, but I'm gonna go with it. But yeah.
What do you mean the way he looked at me? We're all staring at a camera.
I don't know.
You
I felt like he looked up. And like we're looking at like a 3-screen thing, and I always like I feel like it's like the Brady Bunch, right? Like if I look up, like I'll just take a black screen because there's nobody there. But like if I look down, I should be able to see Bobby.
But I mean, aren't we all in different spots depending on who's?
Yeah, if I look down, I see Pat.
I look down, I see Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby's the same way.
Alex, you're over here to my right.
See, you're to my left.
Why can't Zoom fix that? Why can't they put everybody in a set location?
Figure it out, Zoom.
You could make like tight like videos where you act like you drop something to the guy below you.
We could do that. But yeah, the Pass the Gravy Time Machine Club, guys. That was 1985. Hit us up with any years you guys want, and anything else you guys learn that like we forgot to include. You know, hashtag PTG 1985 at Pass the Gravy Pod. Hit you boys up. Now let's move on to the Comeback Kids segment, and this is really where we just shoehorn everything that happened over the week back into a podcast segment, and we do have an intro for that we'll get to right here, but it is brought to you by our good friends at Southern Star Brewing Company. I was playing a little soccer yesterday. Fun, not to brag. I mean, obviously I'm an elite athlete. Dynamo still haven't hit me up yet, but we're working on it. But we got done, and I took a little cooler with some beers in it because we always talk about beers after. And it was funny because there was this like little league kid team that like was like practicing and scrimmaging and stuff on the field after us, and then we just like
crushing beers.
Cracked open our cooler, just like a couple guys just sitting around there having some beers, and like people were like, what are they doing?
Beers after
America, beers after. So excuse me, we're enjoying our workout.
If you're my dad, it's beers during, or not beers during, whiskey during. He used to have his big cup that he would just fill with ice and whiskey during practice games, whatever it was, and he would just drink whiskey all day.
And you know what? He's an American citizen, and he's got the freedom to do that. That's what our founding fathers fought for, all right? The non-problematic stuff that they fought for, okay? All right? We disavow the bad stuff. The bad stuff. But yeah, beers after, it's just awesome. And then also, you can just call everything like a beer league if you have beers after. So it's like, it was just you and 4 people kicking a soccer ball around. You're like, yeah, it's a beer league.
Yeah, it's our beer league.
Do we have beer after? Yeah, it's a beer league. So done. It's a league of gentlemen that drink beer. And we are all of those. So done. But yeah, we were drinking some bombies, and everybody's like, what are those guys doing? Like, they're strawberry bombshell blondes. And one of the guys was even like, why do they have red cans? And I was like, they have red cans. They also have blue cans. They just got. So that was an interesting little thing. But, yeah, that's our favorite beer. Pat's drinking a strawberry bombshell blonde. On our UFC live stream on Saturday, Todd Voss and we were mixing the strawberry bombshell blondes with the Southern Brunches. Nice little Southern
strawberry brunch.
Strawberry Brunches is what it was called. Strawberry Brunches is what it's called. But Southern Star Brewing Company, the best beer in the entire world. Right now, it's very important to support local with everything going on. You can go up and get beer to go, 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe. Look up their Facebook page for hours. They'll hook you up. You can also call up to the brewery. They'll take care of you. They'll let you know whether or not you can come up there. You can also buy them locally. Buy them at any H-E-B, Kroger, a Specs, a Goody Goody, a Total Wine. Get you some of the best beer in the whole wide world. Southern Star Brewing Company, the best beer in the entire world. I saw our boy Michael LaChapelle. He got some Southern Star. I don't know if he brought it with us or somebody sent it up to him, but he's up in Tennessee, and he was drinking some Southern Star. It felt like home, and I was like, shout out to Michael. Hope everything's going over there well in Tennessee. And Southern Star Brewing Company, the best beer in the entire world, the official beer sponsor of Pass the Gravy podcast. This is the Comeback Kids segment. It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch. First Comeback Kid we got this week is sleeping in. I believe I led off the show with just that, like, we haven't taken vacation this year on the morning show, and so we kind of were just like, we're picking this random week. Even though we can't do anything, we're just going to pick this random week.
It's a mental health week.
Yeah, I guess so. And it's just like gonna be like an unused vacation week, so you might as well take those days. So I have not done anything. Played a little bit of soccer yesterday, but I've been trying to kind of quarantine myself. I only played soccer. We had a small group of guys that like I know that, like we all know we don't have it right now, and so we're trying to kind of keep it small between there. And then just been living at my house doing stuff nonstop. But just yeah, sleeping in has been nice, man. Like when you wake up at 3:30 every day. I slept until 8:30, 9, and like 10:30 so far this week. And it was like, what is this? This is great. But then also I'm in like a predicament where like today I was eating lunch at like 11:30 because I didn't eat breakfast because I woke up late. But it's like, is it brunch? Is brunch anything in between like 10 and noon?
Brunch isn't real. Brunch isn't real.
Brunch is real. You shut your
brunch
damn
is not
mouth.
a real dude.
You
breakfast,
shut your damn
it doesn't
mouth.
matter what time it is.
Or do I have to be
your
drinking?
First meal of the day.
But do I have to be drinking for it to be brunch? Like if I had it, because
No.
I reheated pizza from last night. So if I reheated pizza and I was doing that, but with a beer, is that brunch if it's at 11:30, or is it just like breakfast is pizza?
Bro, don't act like you've never had a beer with breakfast.
I have multiple times, but then you can call it a brunch too, depending on the time.
No, it's just breakfast.
Okay.
I've had breakfast at 12:30 before.
Nothing wrong with that.
Each meal is what you choose that meal to be.
Okay.
There's days when I'll wake up late and I'll eat breakfast at 12:30 and then I don't have lunch and then I eat dinner later. Most of the time, I just don't eat breakfast and then I have lunch around like 2, 3 o'clock. It just is what it is.
See, I'm kind of a lunch skipper. A lot of times I'll like eat breakfast in the morning just because I'm up. But now that I'm not like up, it's been like, whoa, what's up? I am hungry when I wake up.
I'm going to try to force myself to start eating breakfast. Like I just bought this like keto shake mix.
Breakfast is a nice little like pick me up. Like when you don't eat breakfast, because when I started working on the morning show, like I didn't eat breakfast. I was always just like a skip breakfast. Like I don't need it. Like even like at school and stuff, I would just never eat breakfast. But like when you start eating breakfast, like you look forward to it, even if it's just something like a little like I have these like it's not an Ensure, but it's like one of those like breakfast shake things where it's just like chocolate and it's like a smoothie. And it's easy to just drink and it gives me a little something in my stomach. But it's like I like look forward to that in the morning where I'm like, oh cool. And then like your brain starts kind of working a little bit harder.
Because it's easy
fast,
to do. It's
you can
really
drink it
quick.
on the way in. Like yeah, it's not like
that's my whole thing with
to
breakfast is like when I wake up in the morning, I don't want to have to like get out eggs, make them, do all this shit, eat it. And like when I wake up,
I would eat bacon and eggs every single day. All the time. Like I do Ron Swanson on everybody's ass, but like I would be fine with bacon and eggs for every meal. Really, it's just like in the morning I'm like I gotta get up and gotta get to work. So like I have these little like heatable bagel dot things that I'll put in the microwave, but like usually it's gotta be I can do it within about 2 minutes, or it's not like worth my time in the morning for breakfast.
Yeah, I usually wake up in time just to like get dressed, brush my teeth. If I need to, like if I'm really tired, I'll like brew.
Hop up out the bed, turn your swag on.
Keto cup of coffee, or if I really need to shower that morning, I'll wake up in time to shower. Usually I'm not a morning shower guy, but if you put it off the night before, then you're like, eh.
I'm a both times shower guy. I like to shower at night because I got to go to bed clean, and then I always shower in the morning because it wakes you up. And with the beard, you got to kind of get the beard nice and like the beard looks a little gnarly after you lay it.
I shower when I need to.
I'm an extra shower guy sometimes.
I'm not.
Sometimes it just feels nice to take a shower. Like I've showered before I've gone to like work out before, which felt pointless.
No, you don't. Well, see, if you're super sweaty just from like doing stuff, I can see showering before you work out because you don't want to just like already be gross on top of shared equipment. I get that.
Yeah, like if I like mowed, like I don't want to like mow and then go like play soccer. And I was like, "What's up with your grass shoes and your weird? Like, what are you doing?"
Oh no, that's weird. You're already in grass. No, that's fine. I thought you were going to say you don't want to mow the lawn and then go work out.
Well, like some like that. Like with the other people, if it was just me doing something, like I'd be fine. Like if I was just gonna go jogging,
you're playing soccer.
Well, but like you're with other people, and they're like, "This guy is he just gross? Did you just show up like that?"
Dude, that's how you get the goals. People don't want to stand next to you because you stink.
But I'm the keeper, bro, so I got to keep them from trying to shoot.
Well, dude, I mean, then at least you're already covered in grass stains. There you go. It looks like you've been diving already.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's true. But sleeping in, that's a comeback kid for me.
Yeah, I've done it the last 2 days. It's great.
Another comeback kid for me is also just Americans in soccer. Like I update on last week. I told you guys I took over Stevenson or Steving something FC, and I was like, I don't really like them that much, but Burger King was their sponsor. I have upgraded. I am now the new manager of Sunderland, and Sunderland is my new team. Pat was shitting on my name for my old coach. His name was Jimbo Jumbotron, so I got a way better name. It's more passive friendly. His name is Dolph Marlin, short for Dolphin.
Great name.
Dolphin Marlin is his name. But he's Dolph with 2 H's, just because, that's an extra obnoxious way to be American. We are League One of the British Football League, and we're working on our way up. We beat Liverpool in the FA Cup earlier this season. I'm just saying, Dolph Marlin, he's the new face of American soccer, maybe. Christian Pulisic, step to the side because it's going to be Dolphin Marlin's whole thing. It's going to be his.
If we could ever team them up, if you could get to coach Christian Pulisic,
if I can get promoted a couple more times, I might start having to get the board to start spending money on some free agents. I am looking at American talent. I want to make it an American style team. And by American style team, I mean, we're not going to be very good, but we'll be competitive at a couple of games where you're like, we didn't get blown out there. We went to Belgium and penalties. Okay, that's fine. But, Americans in soccer, because on FIFA, and I think I'm going to start twitching. Okay? I'll twitch a couple of games this week just because I got the time off. You can see Dolph Marlin and his awesome mustache he's got going. He's rocking he's a baseball cap kind of manager in the soccer sidelines. He's not a fancy, he's American,
not like on. Pea coat and scarf like some of them will wear.
Got a tracksuit.
No.
A tracksuit. You don't want to fuck with him. He's focused. I wish you could make your guy smoke, because if he could smoke cigarettes, he would smoke cigarettes. I was also thinking about maybe smoking cigarettes this week and just being do I just do cigarettes, make content for a week, just smoking cigarettes and being bits, and then I just give it up next week and you're like, what? Remember that week Alex just smoked a lot of cigarettes?
Well, I think the only way it'd work is if you smoke them while Twitch streaming, and there's no way you can smoke inside your apartment because Emma would kill you.
Yeah, so that's probably out.
Yeah.
But Americans in soccer, comeback kid. What is this?
I snuck one in right here. Yeah, I snuck one in crying. The other night I guess this was over the weekend. Usually I'll just listen to podcasts while I play video games and fuck around and shit. But for whatever reason, I decided to finally look up the Kobe Memorial. Because I think I saw Shaq's speech randomly on YouTube after I listened to a song. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do this. And I watched the whole, 2-hour-long memorial, or listened to it. And I never broke out into a full-on cry. But your boy was misty for I'd say probably an hour 30 of that 2 hours.
You cried.
No, I kept wanting to cry, and it just didn't happen. But, man, I was in my feels the whole time I'm listening. And it just made me think, dude, we need sports. This is why we need sports, man. That kind of connection that you get with the game and you get with players, and they mean so much to your life at different stages of life. When you're a kid, pro athlete means so much. Then as you get older, it evolves into a deeper, God, dude, we just need it. It's got to happen. I
agree.
Don't be afraid to cry, guys.
Crying's cool. Don't cry over everything, but definitely don't cry over spilt milk. You don't cry over spilt milk.
No, that's just a ridiculous thing to do.
Everybody spills milk, all right? Everybody spills milk. So other than spilt milk, don't cry over things. Or do cry over things, just not spilt milk. There we go. I said that better. UFC live streams. UFC live streams are back, and boy, ours was lit. That's a good way to say it.
Super litty.
Shout out to everybody that watched. We had a fuckload of people watching. Now, I think a lot of people
everyone
thought we were illegally streaming the fight. Yeah, everybody that's ever known Pat through his entire life was watching. Robert, did you tune in at all? No.
No, I did not.
I didn't expect you to.
So
it was pretty crazy, though. We had a couple thousand people on at a few points, watching us. It was nuts. I got really drunk. I got very, very, very drunk on the stream. I felt like I hadn't drank since I was freshman, sophomore in high school drinking, where I was just I threw up. I wasn't going to talk about that. I threw up in my room. Like, so I told the guys, I was like, I threw up, and I thought my mom was like gonna come in my room and yell at me for like I felt like I was trying to be like secretive about throwing up, and I was like, I'm by myself, like no one else is here besides my dog. Like my mom's like, what are you doing? It was gross, but like whatevs. I got shit faced. I don't remember the final fight. I went back and watched it.
You don't remember the final fight because you weren't on camera for it.
I wasn't on camera for
it.
You was probably you passed
said
out.
For people that weren't watching,
that was drunk Alex. Drunk Alex doesn't count. I'm sober Alex here talking. You're gonna have to take that up with drunk Alex from the Zoom chat.
I was making fun of you saying that you were gonna pass out before the final fight, and you said no.
I dozed off a couple times, right?
Your head like fell back, and when I started making fun of you, your head popped up immediately. And I was like, oh, maybe he was just stretching his neck. But you go, no, I'm not going to pass out because I still have to take Wheezy out for a walk and everything. And like 5 minutes before the final fight, Alex walks off camera without saying a word, never returns. It's just gone. So like Todd keeps going, I think he went and passed out. And I was like,
how long did y'all stay on the chat on like the thing after the fight was over before you were just like, fuck it?
Couple minutes.
Okay,
maybe 3 minutes
really,
just to say bye.
You weren't trying to fill or stretch it.
No, we were just like, all right, that fight kind of sucked. That was shitty.
All that made me feel like is that like I really don't want people to stomp on my feet. I went back the next morning, obviously watched that. I watched the last two fights because I remember the Rose fight. Just like, remember how Rose got her ass beat and still won, but like just that fucking bubble under her eye.
I mean, she got popped in the face and she swelled up, but Rose kicked the other girl's ass.
Right. But like her face got its ass beat. That's fair to say.
Yeah.
Just like UFC injuries, just like let's just give an appreciation to those people going out there sacrificing their bodies. I get they're paid a lot when they win and stuff like that, but really not like compared to a lot of other athletes. But like just you gotta walk around like Rose has to go around with just like a bruised up, bubbled up face for like a week or two. Like, just that sucks. And it's like, yeah, she can be like, I'm a UFC fighter, and you're like, I'm not gonna talk shit because you're gonna kick my ass. But like, still, like that's.
But still, just the if you just see if you don't know who they are, like you don't know, like you're not a UFC fan, you don't know who Rose is. You see her walking through the supermarket, and the first thing you're gonna think is her boyfriend beat the shit out.
Right, not that she just fucked up someone else, and you should see the other person. Like that's a classic a classic case of like you should see the other guy. Because she fucked her up.
That other chick was a fucking pit bull.
But Jorge Masvidal, though, just like my feet are still hurt. My feet still hurt just thinking about like those foot stomps. And like Kamaru Usman's an awesome fighter, but it is. I heard somebody describe it as kind of like a Mayweather fight where he's like a technical fighter. He's going to get the points. If you're a UFC, MMA kind of person and you enjoy watching fights that are scored to a T, 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, you're going to score the rounds, right? Like, Kamaru Usman's awesome. I think Kamaru Usman's an awesome fighter, but it's like he's not as fun to watch if you're not like a diehard UFC fan.
Yeah. You know, well, it's just proof, too, that
fucking punch you in the face. You're not going to see the crazy knockouts like you do with a lot of other people, like a Francis Ngannou, who you're like, he's going to murder someone with his fist every time he walks into the octagon. Or a Conor McGregor where he could, knock you out with his shoulder or something like that. Like, Kamaru Usman's going to be technical. He's going to take you to the ground. When he has to take you to the ground, he's going to get you in a bunch of clinches. It's going to be a pretty boring fight in terms of other things. And I think a lot of people were like, that fight fucking sucks just because Masvidal was in it. But it's like Masvidal took that fight on like 6 days.
Yeah.
It's
proof that no matter how much of a badass you are, you can't take a fight against a fighter that good on 6 days. Because he had to cut 22 pounds in 6 days. Your body just doesn't recover from that. So when Usman got him in the clinch, he didn't have the strength to get out of it. And now, like,
Masvidal put up a good fight for like what he did. Like he got worked, really, but like on 6 days rest, on 6 days,
he was never in it though.
He went.
So it's not really he put up a good fight. He went. He didn't get finished.
Did he go 5 rounds in 6 days on 6 days rest? I think he won 1 round. He won the first round.
I don't think so. No.
I would have given him a first round.
I won it. It was just he just didn't have his normal power. He didn't have the spring in his step. He just didn't have it because his body wasn't there, which sucks because I think on full rest, it would be a much better fight.
And that's what Masvidal's already asked for another fight with Usman, which I mean, I think that'd be okay. I just I also heard somebody say they were like, just put Masvidal against McGregor and Usman against
Nurmagomedov.
Khabib, so we could just watch them wrestle and then watch Masvidal and McGregor just fucking punch each other in the face. And I was like, yeah, I'd be down for that. I'd be down for that too. But I do think that Khabib is not at all like Khabib is awake. Like when he's got somebody in a clinch or on the ground and pound and stuff like that, you're like,
he goes for the finish.
He is fucking you up with his legs right now while you're on the ground. Like he's a master of it. Like there's videos of him fighting bears for a reason because he was always good at ground and pound and shit like that. And it's like he can still do that shit. So like I don't know.
Yeah, Khabib, he doesn't just like lay on you and wear you out on the ground. When he gets you on the ground, he's looking to finish it. Like he's not just trying to stay on top of you to like wear you out for later rounds to keep it going. When Khabib gets you down, everything he does is working towards either getting you in a position to knock you out or get you into a fucking triangle or a fucking arm bar or something. He's trying to finish you.
Just one thing that shows like that I always like resonate with. It's like this is how much of a pussy you are. Is that like when you're just watching those guys that are like in the clinch on the ground, like they're just taking rib shot, just another rib shot, just another rib shot. And it's the guy just trying to like wear you down and get you tired and stuff. But it's like I would just be like, ow, stop. Right. That hurts like, so bad.
Like you get punched in the nose and you're like, dude, how do these guys fight with their eyes welling up? And it's like, no, they've been punched in the nose so many times their eyes don't well up.
They do, yeah, they just don't. Or like Masvidal just getting his fucking foot stomped. I was like, ow, ow, ow. Like it hurt to walk afterwards and I didn't get my foot stomped. But just one last thing on UFC 251, Fight Island. What are our thoughts? I mean
it's dope.
It's dope. It's there. It's just like you don't really realize you're on a Fight Island. It sounded cool.
It's just a different.
It could have been way cooler. I get the logistics of it not being on a beach. I understand. You could have called
anything Fight Island, and it could have just been like one of those little islands off the coast of North Carolina.
You could have. It's cool. It's cool for what it is, but it's like, and it's cool that
it's a great name.
To do that, but like, yeah, the name's way cooler than like. I don't know. It's cool. I kind of want a Fight Island shirt though, so I'm probably still gonna buy one of those. So that's that. But yeah, UFC live streams that I forget to turn off. I didn't turn off the live stream.
Oh, and then also another comeback kid is deleting hours of content.
Drunk Alex. That's drunk Alex's problem, not me. I'm
Alex
sober.
Alex woke up at about 3:30, I guess, and remembered to turn off the stream. But when he did that, he also deleted both of the streams. Which, by the way, I don't think we mentioned that there was 2 streams because at one point Alex's laptop
just died. It was a shit show, man. It was a shit show.
It just died, so then he had to start a new stream once he got his laptop back on for me and Todd to join again.
Shout out, like I think we had
we haven't said that yet. Shout out Todd for joining us.
Todd Voss thank you for basically co-hosting because at one point I was just out of it. Like I was not much good.
Literally, you were out of the screen and throwing up in your room.
And Tessa, shout out Tessa, who was COVID positive and like rocking it, doing the Zoom.
Tessa was about as lit as you were.
Yeah, we had a good time. It
was a good day.
UFC live streams, maybe for fight night. I don't know. I gotta redeem myself somehow. If we can get the numbers like we had, like that was fucking nuts. We had like 8,200 people watching us at certain like total. It was nuts. But appreciate everybody that tuned in and watched. Another comeback kid is Washington D.C.'s NFL team. I'll just say that. They're changing the name. They're not the R words anymore.
What are they changing it to?
I don't know. They're changing it to something.
Surely it's gonna be the Warriors or the Red Wings, right? Like nobody else swooped in and bought all the possible names.
I would assume it'd be the Warriors, right?
That's what I was thinking. But Red Wolves has a lot of steam. Red Tails.
What the fuck are those?
Well, here's the thing. I think they want the Red Tails.
What the fuck's a Red Tail?
It was, I believe, the Tuskegee Airmen. It was like an all-black fighter pilot squadron in World War II, and they used to paint the tips of their tails red, so they called them Red Tails.
Still sounds racist.
There was literally a movie about it, Alex.
Didn't watch it, so
it's not racist. It's not racist. It's literally celebrating.
I'm just saying somebody's gonna say it is.
Fuck people up in the air. Well, I think they want to go with red something. That way they can keep the HTTR hail to the, it was hail to the Redskins, but, that's their hashtag HTTR.
Call them the Rojos.
Bro, call them the Hogs.
throwback to when
Just call them the Reds.
They had the Hogs offensive line back in the 80s, or the fucking – no, you can't – do you say the Reds? There's already a professional team called the Reds.
Oh, you're right, because there's no other team. There's no baseball team and also a football team named the Cardinals. Like, there's no teams with like –
that's just lazy.
There's not a hockey team and a football team named the Jets. There's not multiple teams with the same fucking name. There's definitely never –
Bro, just call them the Hogs. That way you can still call them the Skins, because Hogs are kind of like pigs, and then pigskin, and then skins.
Then overweight people are going to get mad.
Fuck overweight people.
I just want everybody to get mad about it.
As an overweight person, I can say it's our fault that we're fat.
You can't speak for everybody.
I can. I could go walk 5 miles a day. Instead, I'd rather sit on my couch or my chair, drinking whiskey and doing nothing all day, every day.
I think it's going to be the Warriors.
It's most likely.
It's like
either way,
still a basketball team.
So what I was saying was there's that Alexandria lawyer or attorney, I guess is the correct term, but just bought up basically every single fucking name that would be in the realm of possibilities for them to become. Bought the trademark for all of them, so now he's going to get himself a nice payday once they figure out which one they want.
I mean, American West Ham podcast sold that. Yeah. I sold that. So
this dude bought the Warriors,
lucrative.
Red Tails, Red Wolves, Pigskins, Hogs, Monuments, Lincolns, Jeffersons. Like, he bought up everything having to do with fucking DC.
The Washington Monuments would be a really great name.
Yeah, he bought all of them. He bought all of them.
I want to be the Washington Monuments.
You haven't heard that one as a possibility yet?
No.
Dude, the one I find the funniest is that people are like, they could be the Washington Jeffersons. I'm like, that's the worst.
You already, yeah. We already canceled him, I thought.
Like, it would be less dumb to stay as the Redskins than to become the Washington Jeffersons. That's the worst name ever.
Just call them the Washington Reds.
No, that's dumb. Washington Pigskins. There you go. Then you can still be the Skins.
Yeah.
I did see somebody sent me a meme the other day where it just says, still Washington Redskins, and it goes, there, fixed it, where instead of the Indian logo, it was just a Redskin potato.
Not a terrible idea.
Washington
I don't know,
potatoes.
But Washington, D.C. has changed the name of its football team. The R words are officially no more, though. Another comeback kid we got is the NBA bubble. All right. This is my favorite shit because we are seeing there's a snitch line I learned today that people
which is being actively used
for like breaking quarantine. They're like, oh, so-and-so is going over there. We've already had chicks that are like, I've been invited to the bubble. And then there's other girls like, I got invited to the bubble. There's rumors of people like breaking quarantine when they and they didn't realize they were under quarantine. But the best is that NBA players are finally getting to feel like we all felt in our little small apartments or homes when we first got quarantined and couldn't leave, where they're like, hey, man, I mean, guys, we all just got a band together. Remember when it all came out and, like, everybody was quarantined right off the bat and LeBron's in his, like, own home gym? Like, guys, let's all just stay at home, you know? We can do this. This ain't that hard. And then there's
LeBron. You've got 13 different rooms that are bigger than 90% of people's apartments. Shut the fuck up.
Troy Davidson, was it? I can't remember. It was like, man, this is trash. This is garbage. This room is garbage. And he's like in a resort fucking hotel room with like 2 TVs and a fucking jacuzzi tub. And he's like, this is trash. What's
your favorite?
Like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're in a 1-bedroom apartment. Like, a bunch of fucking people have just spent the last 4 months of their lives being in. I'm sorry that you're a multi-millionaire and that this is what you have. You have to live in a resort and fucking get to play basketball. I'm so sorry. You fucking Mr. I'm crying for. Go fuck yourself. I don't feel that bad. Well, the first day we came in, they just gave us this salad on this tray and this thing. And it's like also like a make your own salad. So like you can put whatever you want in it. Also, did you not notice that it had fucking coconut shrimp in one of the little fucking tubs? And now they have like a couple of Rockets guys were posting pictures of like tomahawk steaks and stuff. And it's like, that's not all they're getting. They're not just getting a piece of watermelon and a salad.
The first couple days, it was kind of a shit show. They didn't have it there. They didn't have a full-on chef on board yet. I had heard. But then they paired with like 6 different restaurants who actually are all owned by Tillman Fertitta. So Tillman's still finding ways to make money out of this shit. But they paired with all of them to where they can get food delivered. There was a Kings player that's already been snitched on because I guess he went just outside of the bubble to meet. It wasn't Postmates, but it was one of those companies to go get his food. But he went like too far. Like instead of having the guy go to the front desk and drop it off.
Because they all have rings. They all have rings on. So like you can tell where anybody is at any given time.
I think I had heard that somebody snitched on him that he went out to do it. It wasn't like he got caught by the ring.
But then all they have to do is like the NBA can go confirm it. They'd be like, yep, you were outside the bubble.
But you know the singular best story that's come out of the bubble so far is Pat Beverly seeing this as a business opportunity. Not in basketball, is that he brought stacks on stacks on stacks of extra white T-shirts because he knew so many of these guys were not going to pack properly. So he brought all these shirts to sell to all the other NBA players who did not pack enough clothes.
Brilliant idea.
I fucking love
He's
Pat
a fucking
Beverly.
Genius.
Like when that dude's done, they need to instantly throw him on the TNT set with Shaq and Charles.
Yeah, that'd be tight. It'd be fun.
I don't know who you're kicking off. Like
Kenny.
They still got Kenny and Ernie. No, you got to keep them both. Just add in. You know what?
Yeah, just do it like the NFL on Fox where they just threw in straight hands. Like, it doesn't matter if we have 7 guys. Figure it out.
Or you use them like ESPN used to use Kenny Mayne. You just has Pat Beverly as your like wacky segment guy.
Yeah. Yeah. But dude, the NBA bubble is so fun just because like every day there's another story that comes out and they're like, I saw the videos of them like, man, this is our rec room. And it's like, oh, what? They only gave you like ping pong tables and pool tables and all this stuff.
And you've got fishing tournaments and
like, oh, you poor guys. Like, y'all get to hang out with like 5,000 other people. And like most people are just at their houses by themselves or with just their family. Like, that's it. And I get like, yeah, you want to be with your family, but I think a lot of them can bring their family or whatever. I don't know. It's funny watching like millionaires cry poor. Watching millionaires cry poor is funny to me.
Most of them, it's going to be 30 days. You got 30 days, and then your team's going to be bounced out of it anyway. I think some people, it can go up to like, what, 60, 70 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe it was like 80 days, I think was the most it could be. But like also, dude, you're trying to win a fucking ship. Like, sacrifice a little bit. Yeah. And guess what? If you don't want to, you can walk out any fucking time you want on your team, or you could have opted out already. And nobody would have said shit because you could have just been like, dude, health concerns, I'm not comfortable.
Opt out,
fine.
Yeah.
But don't get there and then just go, this isn't what I wanted. Well, fuck you. Leave then.
I agree. But the bubble, man, the NBA bubble, I love it. I love it already.
It is fucking – I just wish they had cameras like Big Brother style everywhere for us to just watch them interacting. Like, can you imagine the money that's being bet on fucking ping pong and foosball games in that place?
Oh, hundreds of thousands.
Dude,
millions.
We're talking $10,000 a point on some of these fucking people.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
That would be electric to watch.
Another comeback kid for the second straight week in a row is Kanye West. He today, as we're recording this on July 15th, has announced that he is now no longer running for president.
Best tweet I saw was somebody goes electoral college dropout.
Yep. I like that. That's his new album. That's his new album. I would just like to take this moment to announce my candidacy for president. Since I got to fill the weird void, I'll do it. And I would just, my only ask is that somebody put me in contact with Joe Exotic's campaign manager. And I would like that exact guy to manage my campaign as well.
So like, fuck the feds.
Fuck the Fed, pretty much. And then also just, minimum 5-year sentence to anyone that doesn't put a cart back. That was what we're going to start with. I think I got like my 3-strike traffic rule where everybody gets a little paintball gun and you shoot cars that you disagree with. And then, you can use all your strikes, but you only get 3 things each year. I got all kinds of platforms that I'm rolling out, but
What job do I get?
What do you want?
I think I'd be a good communications director.
Yeah?
Like Robert is obviously the chief of staff because the chief of staff actually has to work and like dictate everything that's going on throughout the day. I just want to be the guy that every day I walk up to the podium, I crack a beer and go, all right, what do you guys got for me today? And they're like, no, you're supposed to tell us. I'm like, no.
I want
this is
like
rapid fire questions.
whatever like Mike Huckabee's daughter did.
Yeah, no, that's communications director.
Okay, good. Where you just go basically yell at reporters for like an hour a day. Yeah, I would love that for your job. Like, and Pat Dion just yelled at so and so.
Hey, how about you shut up, nerd? Next question.
Hey, what kind of fucking question is that, you idiot?
Get out of here. You're not even
here.
wearing a bucket hat. You're obviously a fucking idiot. Ask better questions. Next.
We make everybody, you have to have a bucket hat on to ask questions. And they're just White House bucket hats and we sell them. Like, I would also think
they
Robert
ask a
could be
question about somebody that's doing bad shit, and you just go, yeah, fuck them. That's our policy. Next question.
Robert would be a great VP candidate and also like Secretary of Defense because like I want Robert to be the kind of guy that you're like, should I nuke China? And he's like, no, don't. I know you're mad. You're very heated, but right now we need to think about this. And I'd be like, you're right.
No.
Like
we
he's
do
the
need
voice of
very...
reason when I need reason the most.
You would need a very disciplined Secretary of Defense. I don't think that would be Robert, though, but I do like VP. VP or Chief of Staff, I think, is Robert's role. It's got – actually, I think Chief of Staff
VP,
is better because
Robert
it's
could be
more
like, no, let's not do that.
But the
like,
VP –
Robert's good
VPs
in
never
my
have
ear.
any power. Only Dick Cheney had any power. Every other VP
Robert
is just
Dick
there
Cheney. You're my Dick
to
Cheney,
agree and help you win a state that you need. You just pick one from a state that you need one. Bobby, though, as Chief of Staff, they actually run shit. And I think that's what Bobby would be good for.
What job do you want, Bobby?
I think I like Chief of Staff.
Yeah.
Chief of Staff? Okay.
Chief of Staff.
He'd set up cameras everywhere, too. So he'd also, like, get a producer credit.
Dude, that's
like
actually
turn
not
it into a reality show.
I'll carry, like, a staff with me everywhere. Like, oh, I thought you meant this kind of staff.
You guys, you know what? Hand up. That's on me. That's on me. You're right. My bad.
He just walks around bonking.
It's been 3 years and he's still doing this bit.
Be a good one.
So, like, and then, okay,
Chris,
before everybody weighs in.
Secretary of Defense.
Before everybody weighs in, Alex, you got to be 35 to be president. Age is really just a number, and I count myself as an old soul. An old soul that's really just ageless. So, I mean, I can identify as any age I want to. Right now, it's 2020. This is a weird time. It's a weird time. Actually, I can say whatever I want.
Joffrey would be your Secretary of Defense.
No. He's too trigger happy. I've seen him blow up a car with thermite.
Yeah, but he understands the power.
Not like wheels. A road car. He bought a crappy car, took it out to random land and did it. He didn't do it like on the street. Chris, I don't want John to have the say on like. I don't want him to have the nuclear codes. So
okay, then what would John be? Secretary of Education?
Definitely not.
I think Chris, you should make him like Secretary of Agriculture just to piss him
John
off
would be. John would be Secretary of Education because he has that rice education. So he like it would be a good appointment.
And then you make Chris Secretary
Everybody's
of
just
Agriculture.
People that have worked with me on Pass the Gravy.
Yeah,
that is all it is. Todd Voss. He's gonna be the Secretary to the Exterior or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
Interior
thing. Interior. Well, they have to be a Secretary to the Exterior then.
Ooh, no, Todd Voss. He's a veteran. Boom. That's your Secretary of Defense right there.
Done. Todd Voss, you're Secretary of Defense. Done. Look at us. We're just filling the cabinet, guys. I am crushing this. My presidential bid is great. I'm good at tweeting. I can make fun of my opponents. Anybody that comes at me, I'll just call them sad or pathetic and just type in all caps. Like, I've got that down.
No, but hear me out on this one, though. I think Chris definitely needs to be Secretary of Agriculture because he is into politics, so he would want something like foreign affairs, but you just give him agriculture, a bullshit job that doesn't actually mean anything and would piss him off.
Secretary of Housing and Urban Development.
Oh, that's just racist. You want to make the black guy in charge of urban development?
Problematic.
I don't know. It'll show that you gotta.
But then also,
Curtis is the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development.
No, he's running the Federal Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco.
Curtis in charge of the ATF?
Yeah.
Day one, everything's legal.
Look, he's managed a bar. That's like basically the same job.
Oh,
Pretty much, right?
Guess.
I mean, I don't just in this brainstorm session. I think this presidential bid is going pretty well.
Man, I am
Pretty
all
well.
in.
Now, again, like Kanye, I'm a little late
I just want to be press
declare my
secretary,
candidacy. Also, the federal government may pretend that age is a number that I have not reached yet, but age is just a number. And
I do realize. What did I say?
identify
Secretary of
as
Communication for me?
35, at least something like that.
Yeah, no, it's the press secretary is the job that I want. That's what the job is. I get up in front and yell at them all day. Yeah.
Do that. And then I've also extended. I mean, somebody suggested this when I announced my presidency. I announced my candidacy this morning. I mean, it was a whirlwind of a couple hours, fellas. I got countless support emails and mostly tweets. But somebody's like, "Is Eli Manning going to be your VP?" And I was like, "No, I have not decided on a VP, but let me formally extend." And I tagged Eli. Eli, if you would like to be my vice president, I love it. Also, and this goes without saying, Lil Nas X. Hop on, bro. You want to be my VP?
Ooh.
The Alex Nas X card. I mean, who's saying no to that? Let's bring some real change.
Middleton X 2028.
Middleton Nas X 2020. We'll shake it up.
Well, you can't. And you can't do 2024 either. It's going to be 2028.
Age is just a number, my friend. Age is just a number.
Yeah, just say you identify as a different age, and
that's exactly what I'm going to do. So
you can do whatever you want.
Middleton, Nas X, 2020. Let's get it trending. Guys, I'm talking write me in. Like, I'm writing myself in for a candidate. I was writing Kanye in anyways. Like, I might as well write my own name in. Done. I've written Harambe's name in before. Fuck it.
That's the least surprising thing ever.
Let's do it. I didn't really write Harambe's name in, but I thought about it. I definitely thought about it. So I'm officially running for president because Kanye has dropped out. And I mean, obviously he was my biggest competition. So there we go. Another comeback kid we got this week is cow farts. Now this is big in the news. I don't know if you guys know this, but Burger King is trying to change the diet of their cows, because they're trying to go green. Basically, Too Long Didn't Read, if you're into Reddit, is Burger King trying to go green, reducing cow farts.
Yeah, they're feeding them, I think it's lemongrass now, to try and reduce on the farts instead of just regular grass.
They're trying to reduce their methane gas emissions by 33%, according to a survey.
Bro, if it works and doesn't fuck with the meat, that's actually huge. Who would have thought Burger King would be at the forefront of fucking emissions?
I think it's funny that they're like we're gonna be. I always think it's crazy to talk about like how humane you're treating your animals before you murder them. Like when you really think about it.
No, I mean, but they're only alive for one reason. If you weren't raising them to kill them, they wouldn't.
No, I know. But it's like, we treated our cows like they were in this nice little resort. It was great. We massaged them, and then we slaughtered them. Like, yeah, no, that's like what we're getting to anyways. It's like, I don't really care if they lived in like a stall or if they lived in like a field with like piggies and rabbits and dogs running around with them. Like, same end game. Yeah. But like,
you know what the end game is? Right here in my belly.
Yeah.
That's the end game.
In your belly. So just they're trying to change the diets up to reduce cow farts because of methane gas that comes from cow farts. So
thank
shout
you,
out
Burger King,
for going green.
Thank you for your service.
Person that's going green is myself, in the number 26, because I guess going green, crawfish are green, right? They come from the earth for the earth.
No.
And give them back to the earth.
Crawfish are red.
Well, it's a green kind of mechanism because it comes from the earth. But 26 weeks of crawfish, folks. Y'all, I told you I'm getting to 30 at least. We're a month away from that, and 26 weeks. The cow repping of crawfish still going strong. The Ford Bronco I saw is a big comeback. Now it looked pretty fucking sweet. Like it. It looked pretty fucking sweet.
People are shitting on it, but
why? I didn't see anybody shitting on it.
Well, just any time it doesn't look like the original Bronco, people are like, "Dude, that's stupid." I'm like, modern cars don't look like they did in the 80s, guys.
Yeah, I want my car to look like a Model T. Where's that car?
No.
By the way, I don't want to shit anybody with Jeeps, but like I have a neighbor that got the new Jeep truck. I just can't get behind it, man. Just can't get behind it.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's like it just looks like the front of a Jeep, but then it's got like a truck bed, and you're like, no, you're a Jeep. Be a Jeep.
Hold on, let me look that up real quick. I gotta
it looks like a Lego truck, basically, and it's like it's a sweet
Jeep
looking
Gladiator.
The Jeep looks cool.
like it.
I don't like it. It looks
like a
Lego-y.
less shitty Hummer.
It does look Hummery. I just don't like it.
Hummery. Dude, I like it. That thing's pretty dope.
I'm not a big truck guy either, so I don't really know.
Well, it depends on which model you get to. Like, there's a couple here that I don't really like, but red. Like, I figure if you're gonna get a Jeep,
that's what he's got. He's
red.
got the red one. He's got a red.
Get it
Jeep.
red. Get it red.
He washes it 2 times a week.
This orange one looks pretty cool too. Red or just black. I feel like those. Like, you get a silver Jeep. Like, why? Why? So you want everyone to see how dirty your Jeep is because you take it everywhere? No.
Yes.
Jeeps should only come in red or black.
Or white. I like white. White looks cool.
And
black
I guess I'll
Jeeps
allow
look
that
cool.
too. Honestly, actually, the more I look, I like this orange look, and I do like blue. You know what? I'm gonna just come out. They shouldn't come in silver. That's what it is. I think that's what it is. Silver. A Jeep should not come in silver. I don't like that look at all. I'm not even a car guy, but I'm very.
Here first.
There's a tan one here that looks dope. Silver just looks like shit. I don't like it. It's bad. And you know what? The blue one, I like the look, but that's just an obnoxious color to have a car be. Because it's like sky blue. Like, fuck off with your weird car color. We don't need that shit.
I agree. So, yeah, the Bronco's back, though. That looks pretty dope. But that's what people were talking about with that. And then Pat had...
reading. It's not just for nerds anymore. When my light in my bathroom went out the other day, I had talked about this, and I put that little touch light in there. And I was like, you know what? I've been meaning to put the other one in my room, but I haven't got batteries or more sticky tape. So I just took that off of the wall, which early not cool, kind of peeled the paint because of the sticky tape. So I'm going to have to paint over that eventually, and just stuck it next to my bed and started reading the Halo book, Halo Reach, the prequel to the thing. So I decided I'm going to start reading now when I go to bed.
You're reading a video game book, though.
Dude, it's a great book. I've read this like 3 times in my life. It's a great fucking book. Oh, it's very nerdy.
Wait, was the book before the video game?
No, the book came out later. It's part of the expanded Halo universe. But I decided, I was like, I'm just going to read before I go to bed instead of just throwing on Netflix and watching 5 episodes of Community. Like, if I read, I'm going to fall asleep faster.
That sounds pretty nerdy, if we're being honest.
But I'm trying to start falling asleep before 3-4 o'clock in the morning every time.
That might help.
And then I've got some other books too. Like
Have you thought about weed?
I'm gonna reread. No, I don't do it anymore. I should though. It would help everything in my life. But but I've got the Tucker Max books I'm gonna reread through, and then I've also got I believe it's called No Easy Day. It's the recount of killing Osama bin Laden.
I noticed that.
Which I'd started years back, but I couldn't keep reading.
Robert, did you notice that he didn't list the Bible? That's anything he was going to read.
Yeah, I don't plan on reading that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Not my
says
thing.
A lot.
Not my thing.
Robert's like, why did you throw it to me? Don't throw it to me on that. And then Nick Cannon, dude. Let's talk Nick Cannon, Pat.
Just the latest in a slew of celebrities.
This is called Alex's co-host hates Nick Cannon round 2.
Yeah. Because Nick Cannon hates Jews, apparently. He went in and did on his podcast. He had this guy on who hold on, let me get his name real quick, just because I want to be extremely accurate in everything I say here. He had on Professor Griffin, who was famously kicked out of Public Enemy in 1989, which is a famous rap group, because the dude was just fucking anti-Semitic as shit. And even in 1989, they were like, "Yeah, you're gone, you're done." So Nick Cannon has him on his podcast.
1989, very progressive year.
Yeah, and just
I was born then. That was why it's so progressive.
Without saying the words, it's the Jews' fault. Nick Cannon says like 9 different things where it's like, yeah, you know, it's them that are controlling media and doing this stuff, and you know, it's the Rothschilds of the world that are ruining everything. And you're just so Viacom comes out and goes, yeah, you're fucking fired. Like, what the fuck?
Wait, no, wait. I'm so mad I don't have my CSI sounder because I would have been like, you mean they could have said, I guess you're wild and out.
Yeah! That's fucking perfect. So now, Nick Cannon's
Robert didn't get that at
Viacom.
all.
Nick Cannon's pissed off at Viacom and is basically saying he wants control of his show, which, bro, sign a better contract. Like that's 100% on you that you don't own your show.
Or read your contract, which
hand up,
didn't read mine, so they probably own me.
And now, because he said some hateful shit, he's just trying to play the ultimate cop-out card of, well, they're just trying to keep down the black man. Come on, dude. Like,
I mean, it kind of worked for Deshaun Jackson a little bit.
Deshaun did not play that card. Deshaun was just like,
well, other people played it for him, but like it's like that got swept under the rug real quick.
Yeah, Deshaun was like, I didn't.
Deshaun Jackson, who's that? Oh, that's last week, bro.
I didn't know what I was doing was wrong. I was like, dude, you posted a picture that started with Hitler said. Like,
I didn't mean Adolf Hitler, dude. I didn't mean Adolf. I meant Randy Hitler.
I grew up with him back in the day. Randy was a pretty cool guy.
You don't know Randy Hitler, bro? Great guy.
But yeah, just Nick Cannon. He's the latest in a slew of, and then like in the podcast, he went on to praise Louis Farrakhan, and like that dude is just blatantly anti-Semitic. Like he calls Jews cockroaches and shit like that. Like, fucking read the room, man.
So
no, actually,
Nick Cannon,
don't even read the room. Just don't say anti-Semitic shit. You know how easy it is to not blame everything on the Jews? I do it every day. I just don't blame the Jews.
Let's all give a round of applause to Pat.
Roberts, thoughts on the Jews?
I don't blame them for anything.
There you go. That's.
I'd also like to come out as a non-blamer as well.
That's the correct response. Hey, what do you think of Jews? You know, I don't blame them for anything.
Nothing's their fault.
That's straight down the middle. That's straight down the middle.
I love though that like now no comment is like the worst thing you can say on things. So like, would you like, I have no comment. Like you have no you have no comment on slavery. Wow. Why? Like I don't have what? No.
Think about how bad that would sound.
I was walking into the store and you asked me.
Hey, what's your thoughts on
Jonah
Jews?
Hill? No comment on
that
slavery.
Just sounds bad. Oh, so you don't? Oh, well, you're gonna say something bad, so you don't want to comment? No, I don't want to get in the middle of it.
Dude, I'm walking my dog right now. I don't know you. Like this is weird.
Can you remind me with the Fifth Amendment of the United States is, please? Can you play the fifth?
Oh, if y'all watched that Jeffrey Epstein thing. Oh, and like all those Jeffrey Epstein like dissertations or whatever it is, where they have him, they're like asking him these questions, and he's like, "I'd like to plead my fifth, sixth, whatever, and these amendments." And it was just like, "I'd like to plead this, and these amendments. I'd like to repeat my previous statement. I'd like to," and you're just like, you're so guilty. You're so guilty. You're so guilty. Oh my God, I'm so creeped out by you. But yeah, Nick Cannon. That's Pat's
Canceled.
take on Nick Cannon. He's cannoned. He's canceled.
Canceled.
Yeah.
Canceled.
All right. And then this is another comeback kid, and this is the one I thought we should just work on. All right. Murder mysteries, guys. Very hot right now. Very hot right now. NPR is doing them. I mean, Serial was like one of the OG like famous podcasts. Murder mysteries are very high right now. I heard of I can't even fucking remember the name of it. There's one that's really big right now. Go look at whatever the top of the charts are, and it's probably the number one. But somebody was talking about. She was like, "I listened to that. You guys should do something like that." And I was like, "I don't think you know our podcast, but fuck it, we'll try it. We're gonna do our own murder mystery.
Let's go for it."
Everybody talks about the murder mystery podcast they listen to. Like, I listened to My Favorite Murder. I listened to Jimmy and Steve Solve Murders. I listened to that. And everybody talks about every murder podcast that they listen to. If we are a murder podcast, those people then talk about us. You know? You guys see where I'm going with that, right? This is really helping us up our publicity because now not only are we just a shoot the shit podcast / gambling podcast / question answering podcast / whatever / soccer podcast / anything podcast, we're a murder mystery podcast. So why not start high? We're gonna aim high. Haven't found this guy yet. Fuck it, we're gonna find the Zodiac Killer. We're gonna find the Zodiac Killer on today's Pass the Gravy Murder Mystery Edition. Dun dun dun. All right. Thoughts on the Zodiac Killer? Anybody?
All right,
have
I
any
put a
theories?
lot of thought and research into this. Ted,
Wait,
the end of the segment.
Hold on. Welcome back, everyone, to Pass the Gravy Murder Mystery Hour. Today we're tackling the Zodiac Killer, an unbelievable killer in our lifetime who has taken many lives and likes astrology.
That's very good. And yes, Robert, that was Robert Barbosa at Robert Barbosa03 on the Twitter. I am Alex Middleton, host of Pass the Gravy's Murder Mystery Hour here, joined by my co-host Patrick, the Mystery Solver Dion, over here.
Hello.
At Not
It is
Pat
very
Dion.
nice to be here.
It's great for you to have joined us, lads, on this journey that we are discussing. Now, where we last left off was nowhere because we never began this to begin with. And now we are going to begin at the best place to begin, and that's the very beginning of the Zodiac Killer, who many of you may not be familiar with, but he was no ordinary murderer. Rather than avoiding the spotlight, he craved media attention and seemed to enjoy taunting the police with cryptic notes as clues he left in a trail of death behind him. The Zodiac Killer murdered 5 people seemingly at random in Northern California between 1968 and 1969. He claimed in letters to police that there were dozens more victims, although he was never confirmed at killing other victims. His deadly rampage began in December of 1968 when 2 teenagers were shot to death in a parking lot. About 7 months later, another 2 teenagers were shot in a parked car, although one survived. That's when local newspapers started getting letters from someone anonymously claiming to be responsible for the slayings, according to the San Francisco Examiner, which had received those cryptic notes. Now, who do you guys think? We have no leads yet. Actually, according to Wikipedia, we do have leads. So a lot of murder mystery podcasts, I feel like they have like a whole production department. We don't have a production department right now. Mm-hmm. But suspects, Arthur Lee Allen. Now, this guy seems like a guy that could have done it because he has the longest amount of stuff on his Wikipedia page compared to everybody else. So I'm going to go with the guy that has the longest track record on Wikipedia, as he probably did it. It was him, I think.
Yeah. I was scrolling through all the other ones, and
Ross Sullivan.
Yeah, none of them are as long as that first guy, so I'm going to go with him. Alan Lee, whatever his name is.
And, so I think, obviously, conclusively, we have decided that it was Arthur Lee Allen, A-L-A, Allah.
I don't even think we need to attempt to solve
Zodiac Killer.
I think all we need is just the quiet voice and just like the dramatic read of the crime.
Yes, and this is where we
and make sure to say the word allegedly, so we cannot be sued.
Yes, I think that's all we need.
Point, Pat. We have determined that it was allegedly Arthur Lee Allen that was the Zodiac Killer.
He might need
and that was today's Pass the Gravy podcast mystery podcast hour. Thank you for tuning in. We'll speak to you, maybe never. I thought that was beautiful, guys. I thought we knocked it out of the park. I don't want to toot our own horn. Probably the best murder mystery podcast ever made. People could say that. People, yeah. People might say that. Okay. Yeah. Murder mystery, guys.
Now. I mean, it's either him or Ted Cruz.
I just don't see it being Ted Cruz.
No,
although when you Google Zodiac Killer,
enough.
And it's just funny how many Ted Cruz pictures pop up.
Yeah,
because it's like that's all it is.
Who is the Zodiac Killer? And then you go to images. Hold on. Yeah, like I'm gonna guess it's gonna take no more than 5 pictures to see a Ted Cruz picture. Let's see. It's the second picture.
Yeah, I told you.
It's the first one is just a side by side, 2 different sketches. The second one is one of those sketches side by side with Ted Cruz.
Yep. So Zodiac Killer. I mean, I felt like we did a great job solving that mystery. So who would have thought it was Albert Lee Allen or whatever the fuck that guy's name was? ALA.
People also thought he might have been, like Ted Kaczynski, who was the Unabomber. But no, it was Arthur Lee Allen, allegedly.
Everybody knows that Artie Lee Allen. His friends called him Art. But I thought we did a great job. NPR, you can send in anything you'd like for us to work with you, and we're gonna say fuck off. We're not doing that because we don't want to talk like that.
Well, you don't speak for me. I think I would do Gangbusters on NPR.
I always just liked on Parks and Rec that guy. I'm Harry Nurples, and I am filling in for so-and-so who's out filling in for so-and-so who is discussing and studying the migration of the great hooted spot pink owl in southwestern China. Today, we have Leslie Knope on the throne.
I want to know who the people are that listen to the NPR podcast every day.
I don't know. Have you ever been in an Uber with somebody that listens to NPR?
No. I know my mom would from time to time. Like, she would just have NPR on in the car, but, like, people that every day listen to NPR, like, how are you not getting into accidents on your drive to work because they are soothing and their voices put you to sleep?
Yeah. And
I almost fall asleep half the time listening to fucking rock music.
Everybody that's like on it has like written 2 books, and then they're just there to discuss their books. And it's like, what? I'm not reading. That's like, and the 4 guests you've had on, that's so much homework I have to do. I'm not doing that.
Check out my
book. It stresses me out, man. That was our Comeback Kids segment. Let's move on to our next one. It's the What Would Jesus Do segment. Now, a lot of us had What Would Jesus Do bracelets growing up, but we never really got like the full-on answer of like, what would he do? It was supposed to just kind of remind you. So I was like, well, like maybe make it more of a questions kind of form. Throw Jesus in a situation in modern times. Now, in a situation in a modern time, if there was a
yeah, they're gonna hear it here in a minute.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait. But throw him in a situation in a modern time. Use the hashtag PTGWWJD to at PassGrayPod. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at Not Pat Dan. Robert is at Robert Barbosa03. Hashtag PTGWWJD. This is the What Would Jesus Do segment by our good buddy, Jingle Blake Wonder, who's made us this fantastic little jingle.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
This week's What Would Jesus Do comes to us from our good buddy, Ronel Gallardo, at Ronel Gallardo on Twitter. He says, if Jesus was a lawyer, what kind of lawyer would he be?
Bird law.
Alan's lawyer.
You think Jesus would defend the fucking Zodiac killer?
Alleged. Remember?
The alleged
Zodiac killer.
Alleged Zodiac killer.
I mean, open check case right there. I was just like, I wanted to say bird law so bad, and I'm so glad Pat said it.
The first thing that popped into my head was family law. The second thing was, no, bird law. Jesus is going to practice bird law.
Well, on
there's
Twitter,
so many people right now that have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia, guys. And if you don't know, I'm a little sad. I'm a little disappointed.
Just YouTube bird law clips, and you'll figure it out.
I'm an expert at bird law. Wait, what the fuck is bird law?
Well, did you see the episode when it actually helps? Oh, yeah.
Oh, it does.
So,
if I do weigh in here, I actually am an expert on bird law. Emma was out of town last week, and like I watched so much Always Sunny.
Where is it streaming? Is it Hulu?
Hulu.
God damn it!
With ads, like a poor. Fucking feel like a peasant watching an ad. Hulu.
See, that's what would kill me is I couldn't. If I'm gonna get Hulu, I'm gonna get it without ads, and I don't want to pay $15 a month.
Which is like, okay, like hear me out, because sometimes do you kind of wish that shows had ads in it if you're watching Netflix where you're like, I could just then go pee and not really miss anything instead of.
No,
like,
you just pause it. No, you just pause.
I'm bad at picking where to
dumb.
pause it. I'm
You're
bad
dumb.
at picking where to pause it. It's like sometimes I do need.
Pause in the middle
that.
of the fucking sentence and then rewind 15 seconds.
Yeah, I could. I think sometimes I do like run into that like, why didn't I just pause it? And I could have just rejoined it. And it's like, oh, but now that I have a 1.5-minute break, I can go pee and get some water. Done.
No, because the last time, I went to my buddy's recently. The last time before that was at like the beginning of quarantine, like before it started. And we were watching Hulu and ads were popping up. And I was like, I could feel my blood pressure rising. I was getting so angry. Like, what's the point if there's ads? Like, I'm paying you to not have ads.
Emma and I have CBS All Access for Big Brother, and like you can get the ads version of that. And I remember we were trying to like watch old seasons because like the live feeds don't never have ads on Big Brother, but we were trying to watch old seasons and they just kept throwing ads in, and we were like, "What the fuck is this? I am not doing this." And I was like, I am not a poor. No, I'm paying the $5 extra for no ads. Fuck it. We haven't watched Big Brother really on it too,
because those ads really fucking pissed me off last year. It made it way too long to get through those episodes. Back to Jesus.
He'd be a bird lawyer.
It's bird law.
Bird law.
It's bird law.
It's bird law.
I don't think he's going to defend murderers out, Robert.
I believe Rennell said
alleged
that
murderers.
Although he defends everybody. She just would, as long as you confess your sins.
No, he'd be like
Matt
Murdock. He's gonna know if you're lying, and he's not gonna defend you.
Which is a solid theory if you think about it. Like, did you do it?
Daredevil
well, then, no thanks. No thanks. I'm out. You did it. Hey.
I can tell your heartbeat elevated, which means you're lying.
Yeah, it's bird law. It's bird law. Because who else can fly besides birds? Angels.
Jesus? Oh. I mean, walking on water is kind of like flying.
Robert was like, you guys are fucking idiots. I feel like there's times where Robert's like, I just want to get up and walk off this podcast. And that was just one of those times with that eye roll that Robert just gave me. He's like, no comment. No comment.
No comment. No.
It's bird law, all right? That was a good question. Rennell said he thought it'd maybe be immigration law. No, dude, it's not going to be immigration law. That's also somebody was like criminal law. I was like, no, it's bird law.
It's bird law.
It's bird law. That's the easiest question we've ever had.
JC's just trying to have a good time, you know?
Yeah. Look, his dad's taking care of all the other stuff. All right, let's move on. Hashtag PTGWWJD at PassTheGreatPod. Hit us up if you want any more awesome answers from us next week. Our newest pals are sponsoring because like this is our not cool segment that we're about to get to. And not cool could be you stub your toe, you get run over by a car. All of those things are not cool. They're varying degrees of not cool. Now, something that maybe you struggle with is like maybe you have a little anxiety. Like I get anxiety sometimes. Also, I'm an elite athlete, and sometimes I feel like I pull a muscle or whatever. But instead of freaking out about it, instead of getting anxious about it, I just pop one of these bad boys, these 25 or 250 milligrams worth of CBD gummies from our good friends at Alamo Remedy CBD. 250 milligrams, that's 10 milligrams a piece, and 25 of these gummies. They're awesome. They're going to make you feel chilled out. And, if you're a little anxious, I feel like when they work for me at least. When I'm anxious, I take some of those bad boys. I'm feeling great. And then I really love my favorite thing from all of Alamo Remedy is their lotion. The lotion is the best. Rub it on my ankles after soccer. Rub it on the calves after soccer. The quads were giving me some issues. I think I talked about this last week. The quads were giving me some issues. I kicked a lot. I'm a big keeper now. Trying to punt the ball all the way down the field. Put it on the top of my quads. Quad problems were going away. Last night, kicking like a motherfucking champ. I'm not saying it's because of Alamo Remedy CBD, but I'm just saying the one constant was the fact that I started applying Alamo Remedy CBD right at the top of my quads. Then I felt like I had maybe some of the best kicks of my entire life from using this stuff. I don't know. And the cucumber melon. Why would you not want to smell? Like I am. It's like pudding. I want to eat it like pudding when I smell it.
I've never heard of a cucumber melon.
Oh my
pudding.
God. I want it so bad. It smells so good. I promise you. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Don't eat it.
No,
but I
just
promise you, You will like it. If you like the capsules, they've also got that. All of them have 250 milligrams of CBD, and all their products are priced at $17.99. They do contain the 250 milligrams of CBD, like I just said. It's almost 50% off of the national brands. They believe that you guys are going to support the products like I support their products. CBD gummies, CBD lotion, CBD tincture, and CBD capsules. All of these can be found at AlamoRemedy.com. AlamoRemedy.com. Use our promo code at checkout. PTG at AlamoRemedy.com. My grandma has AFib, I think, or she can go into AFib. So she's been getting really anxious about her heart and everything lately. My mom was like, hey, she's really just getting nervous and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? You should give her some of these gummies. Alamo Remedy CBD. My mom went there. She used our promo code at PTG, saved 10% off of her order. It was awesome. My grandma loves them. My grandma loves the CBD stuff. And it's like, when would you have ever thought you're giving your grandma CBD stuff? But like now, that's where we are. We're in 2020, and it was awesome, and it worked. And you know, she's feeling happy with it. I'm feeling happy with it. Like that's two stories right there of just people feeling great about it. AlamoRemedy.com. Use promo code PTG at checkout for 10% off of your order. If you get anything from Alamo Remedy, I promise you, you're going to love it. You're going to fucking love it. It's all of it $17.99, 10% off with our promo code PTG PTG at checkout. 10% off at PTG at checkout at AlamoRemedy.com. Tag them Alamo Remedy CBD and at Alamo Remedy on Twitter and Instagram. Let them know you're supporting the people that support us. Alamo Remedy CBD, the official CBD sponsor of Pass the Gravy podcast and this week's Not Cool segment. Let's get right into it with some listener-submitted Not Cools after our intro right here.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
My Not Cool is car props, guys. Like, one, just cars are fucking expensive. And like living in Texas, where like I talked to my buddy Chris up in New York, and it's like you rely on the public transportation and you can get a subway card and all that. But like I was on my way to work last week, and this was I think Thursday morning. It was Thursday morning. Emma was out of town still, and I was at a red light, and I hit the gas when it turned green, and my car just goes zzz, but didn't move. And I was just like, fuck. Like, what do I do? Like, and I'm on a street. Like, I'm on just like a street. I'm not gonna say the name of the street because I don't want you guys to know exactly where I live. But like, I was like, do I just pull into this random driveway and be like, I'll just leave it here. I gotta go work. Like what do I do? And then it finally jumped into gear, and like I ran a red light and just didn't stop until I got into work. Because I was like, I just gotta go. I don't know what to do. I couldn't call Emma to come and like pick me up and then maybe let me use her car or whatever. I couldn't do any of that stuff. And obviously it's transmission related. And so I just my car is at the end of its life. My car is at the end of its life.
How many miles you got?
About 80,000.
That's the end of the life that you've got?
With the new engine, the transmission's kind of crapping out. The value of it is about $3,000 right now. So it's like, I'm not going to put a transmission in it. Like, it's not worth like what I could sell it for.
You only got 80,000 miles out of your car.
And a new engine that fucks up, which I think fucks up the rest of the car.
Bro, my car is at, I want to say 190.
It's just crapping out, but like I'm looking at the value I would get for it compared to the value that they want me to put into it, and it's like a third of the value, and I'm not going to do that.
Bro, you need to get a Toyota Camry, a Ford Fusion.
I have a Ford Focus, bro. A Ford Focus is about as chill as you can be. And I was like, bro, I'm so mad because I would have driven that Ford Focus for the rest of my life. I love that Ford Focus.
A shit car that you only got 80,000 miles out of it. Like I said, I got a Ford Fusion.
No, because the transmission,
and I'm pretty sure
transmission's about $5,000. The transmission, if that craps out, that's what it is. And it's like I still drove.
That's what I'm saying. You got a shit car if it only lasted that long. There's no, it's because of this. I haven't replaced any of that on my car. And my car, I don't know if it was it's between 160 and 190,000 miles I have on mine.
So you took it to a mechanic already? Alex?
Well, okay, so here's the fun thing. I took it to like the dealership to see if there was any like recalls on anything, which there were. And I like
About 9.
it drove fine to the dealership. So now like when I go pick it up tomorrow, I can just be like, and we're gonna cut this part if it comes to any legalese or anything. But like, I can.
What do you
like,
mean? You edit this before tomorrow?
We'll cut it out later. Shut up. You know I don't cut anything I say. Cut that. You know that I don't ever cut anything.
I know.
That's the bit. Way to ruin it, Pat. What I did take it. They gave it these like the recalls. They ran some stuff on it, which I didn't think sounded like anything that was wrong with the car. So now if like I drive out tomorrow and it fucks up, I can be, what the fuck did you guys do to my car? It drove in here fine. Brilliant idea, right? And then it's on them. So then they have to do
I've heard worse.
free car, right? That works.
I mean,
they have to give me a free one.
the logic is sound.
Just car, and then like I've been looking at other cars, and it's like cars are so expensive, and just when you don't have a car payment, when your car payment's gone, it's like free money every single month. I'm like, I'll buy a jersey. I'll buy this. I'll buy dumb shit with the money because I know I'm not spending it on a car payment. And it's like, no, that's like $500-600 that now it's just nope, pay it for a car. And it's like, I understand you need the car. You need the car. The car is valuable. I get it. But like I've been living that lifestyle where I had that 5-6 to like fuck around with, and now I don't have that.
How quickly did you pay your car off? Well, I guess, see, here's the thing I keep forgetting. You don't drive very far to work. Like, you're there and back.
But I used to drive a fuckload. Like I used to drive from Huntsville to Houston and back 4 times a weekend.
How long have you had this car?
Since the day February 2nd or February 4th, 2012, the day before the New York Giants won Super Bowl 50.
How have you only, like, I get it that I drive back and forth to Fredericksburg a lot, or at least I used to before all this bullshit. But how have I put double the miles on my car as you? And
because
I'm pretty sure I got mine in 2013. And my commute's longer, like, than yours is to work, but like
less.
It's wild to me that
like
80,000 miles. 80,000 miles is like done for your car.
Well, but you know how like they say like if you fuck up one thing on your car, then it causes like I think the engine fucked up other stuff that then caused other stuff to fuck up. So I think it was like a chain reaction, really.
Bro, my catalytic converter's been out for 3 years.
That sounds bad, but I don't know what that means.
See, that's the thing. It sounds bad, but what it is, it just it's the thing that regulates emission standards. So it's actually not that bad for the car.
You're just polluting. It's really the world. It's terrible.
And I
he's basically just pouring gasoline into the ocean every time he drives.
I mean, it's not like I know a guy that'll just help me pass my inspection every year. I just get it fixed before the inspection every year, and then it goes back out right after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Which, by the way, I need to hit that guy. Maybe I need to hit that guy up. I don't know.
That guy that doesn't exist.
No, the guy that fixes it for me every year, and then it goes back out.
So we don't. It doesn't exist
because it's July, and my registration goes out this month.
I'm just not looking forward to buying a car, man. Like just like nothing ever with a car.
Buy a used car for like $3,000 and just see how much run you can get out of it.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
No, just like it's got AC and it's got power windows and it's got cruise control. That's all you need in a car.
It's just
I don't even have those AC.
There's nothing with cars that you look at and you're just like, that's not expensive. Like every little thing with the car. It's like, floor mats, that's still like $300. Like it's for the floor. Chill out. My feet are there.
That's why having a good mechanic that you can trust is arguably the most valuable thing in life.
Yeah,
it's up there, man. Like
I could see
to be able to trust a mechanic. Like you bring it to a random shop, you have no idea. You just assume they're fucking you over. As a person who knows nothing about cars, now when people know shit about cars and they take it there, and the guy goes, "This is the quote," you can go, "Yeah, you can go fuck yourself." I just didn't want time to.
So I took it to a dealership, and they were like, "Well, you had this airbag light on, and that means we need to do this, which needs to be recircuited." And it was like $1,300 for what he was suggesting. I was like, "Yep, nope, not doing that."
No, fuck my airbags.
Anyways,
I just don't get into reps.
Just labor cost was like $140. Cool. I'm gonna pick that up tomorrow. And he's like, "Well, you don't want any of that." I was like, "I don't need any of that stuff done to it." Oh no, I get you diagnosed it. I totally get it. Thank you for doing the free recalls. I'm gonna pick it up. and then I don't know. I'm not going to tell you I'm going to sell it. So then if it fucks up, I can blame it on you. That's pretty much what I'm going to do.
Hold on, real quick, by chance, you didn't bring it to Planet Ford, did you?
Nope.
Never bring your car to
I
Planet
have
Ford.
heard things about that.
Yeah, from
they have really cool production value, right? Like they can make those cool, like that guy in the green screen and all the stuff that they do. Like that's cool.
Or your brother.
I love all the car commercials where it's like it's just an
month.
old guy and like 4 really hot chicks. And it's like, well, we just got these girls. Ha ha! Come on down by cars.
Cars.
Oh, that's where they lost your brother's car, right?
Yeah, lost his car. And then they left the horn disconnected on the bottom, so the hood wouldn't close. And then they tried to charge him for that to fix it. Planet Ford can literally – I don't even want to say what I want to say because it's so bad. But, like, fuck all of them. Fuck all of them. Don't ever go to Planet Ford.
Also, it's not even a planet. It's really just a dealership.
Yeah, it's a dealership that sucks. All right, my not cool is so once again, I let all my – grass overgrow on the like driveway and shit because I haven't.
And by grass, he's talking weed, folks.
So I finally went today.
And
I cut everything back, and I'm like 80% done. Like all I have is a little stretch on the street, like probably
we call it the street stretch,
4 feet wide, and then just the left side of the driveway right there. And I had just refilled the gas tank and everything, and I'm choosing to believe that I just ran it too long and revved it too hard for too long because it stopped kicking on. Like it would kick on for a second and sputter and go out. So I'm choosing to believe that I just overheated my trimmer. I'm going to try again tomorrow because if I have to get a whole new trimmer, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Because I don't know how to diagnose or fix any of this.
It's such like a dad outrage right now. I love it.
Like I
love like yard outrage and car outrage are just, they sound like me. I feel like an adult being mad about a car right now because it's like a grown up problem.
But
yard problems are like the same
thing. On how to fix this stuff.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Like, I don't know.
Totally. That's like millennials. We're like, I don't know. YouTube didn't show me.
I don't know how to take apart a carburetor if that's even what it is. I don't know what the fuck a carburetor is even.
It's probably the flux capacitor.
There's a good chance it's that, or it might be the
or the phalanges.
But I mean, because like this shit was so like I had to go through. I went with the trimmer wire for a while, but then I switched to those thick plastic blades that'll really cut through the shit, and I went through 3 runs of those because like I had to cut this shit back. It was thick. It's that undergrowth where all of a sudden all the fucking grass roots are coming out and shit. And that was brutal. But, like, I was almost done. I was so close to being done. And then it just stopped kicking on. I was like, fuck this. I swept up all the grass. I threw it away. I went inside, took a shower, and I was like, fuck this shit. Then I went to Kroger and bought my Southern Star beer.
Cool. Dad.
Yeah.
Robert, you're better. Like, I don't want to brag about our not cools, which it sucks. Like, I don't ever want to have good not cools, but, like, ours have been knocking it out of the park this week so far.
I'll ease into you, Robert, so you don't have to set the bar so high. I got one real quick. My brother calls me last night and goes, so I got this idea. You might call me a fucking idiot, and I'm using the idiot voice because this is how bad the idea was that he gave me. And he's like, what if, just like as a joke, you wore a mask on the outside of your pants? Just to be like, oh, because I'm trying to protect everything, right? And I'm at work finishing up doing numbers and shit, and I go, Andrew, you've told me some dumb shit in the past. That is by far the
Doesn't
dumbest
even make sense.
Fucking no, dude, because it's just like a joke. Like, oh, we're trying to protect both my heads, And I was like, that's the dumbest fucking idea you have ever called me with.
You should have just hung up on him and blocked his number.
So just like wear your underwear on the outside of your pants?
No, but like,
do that.
Or he said, or specifically, like, just wear a jock strap on the outside because it's
like
a mask.
Dude, he should also this would be a hilarious prank he could play on all of his friends if he wore like women's underwear and just put it on his face. Like that'd be hilarious, dude. Just like a mask. Like nobody's thought of that. Tell him that.
He called me with that, and I was like, dude, this is of all the dumb ideas he's called me with over the years, and there's been a lot. Like, this is the dumbest. Dude, you don't think that'd be funny? I was like, not even a little. Not even a little, Andrew. You just look like a crazy person wearing a job strap.
I just love because he called you like on bated breath, like Pat's gonna love this. This is gonna.
He's like, dude, this might be dumb, but I think it's a hilarious idea. So, Robert, now all you have to do is live
Follow
up to
that.
that story.
So this is something that just recently started happening. So here, the garbage trucks that come by, they don't have the little claw to grab the trash can. Like an actual guy comes out and grabs it and puts it in the truck. But when he puts it back to the house, he throws it, and it lands in a ditch that's right next to the house. And it's like
So
he's
your
doing
garbage
it
man is just a
intentionally.
dick. He's just a dick.
Yeah, and I get that's not the most fun job in the world, especially right now. It's super hot, but he gets out, he puts it in the truck, and he can't place it back down. He literally just throws it back out.
Fuck it.
Dude, I like to think though he's got some sort of game where he's if I can land one up, that counts as a point.
I feel like he does have that game.
His whole route, he's I got two, and the rest of them, it's fucked up a bunch of other ones, but I got two.
No, I like to imagine that every time he dumps it, he turns back around and just goes, yeet, and just fucking throws it.
It's that water bottle game where you have it halfway and you flip it. He does that with a trash can in hopes it lands right side up.
I hope he does, man. You need let's get a GoFundMe for Robert to just get a Nest cam so we can just watch it and then yep, we were right. Just
So
for that one thing.
Do you have the basic trash cans, or do you have like the neighborhood got everyone the nice ones with wheels?
It's got the
and shit?
swing top open, the rolling wheel.
It's got the swing top and wheels.
So along this dude's route, there's just a shit ton of broken wheels on fucking trash cans that just got thrown back down.
Trash cans was just one wheel, yeah.
The top is cracked.
That's a great not cool. That's actually just hilarious that this one garbage guy is fuck this.
In neighborhoods, though, you will see there's always a couple of neighbors that just have everybody has the regular, whether it's a gray, a blue, a black, a green trash can.
In case you got to have the spare one in case you filled up the regular.
But everybody's got those. And then you have somebody that's just their green one is just dark brown with shit all over. You're what the fuck happened to your can? It's there's always somebody that's oh no, the driver just threw it into fucking mud and it just sat there for the whole day. That's really all. It's you're always what do they just throw shit at theirs on Tuesdays when they roll them in? No, the guy just doesn't give a fuck, and that's what happened to him.
You should put a sign on top of yours that says "Free beer next week if you don't throw mine in the ditch."
Oh, you'll get the best.
And then you just duct tape one beer can underneath your lid the next week for him. It's gonna be hot.
My dad used to
beer.
when he would trim trees in our front yard, he would put some beer out with it because a lot of times they'd leave the limbs and be oh, it's on heavy trash tape. He was every time you put beer out with it, all the tree limbs get taken with it. The beer's gone. The tree limbs are gone.
Dude, your dad's a fucking genius.
You give the dude. It's that's the way you.
Because those guys are drinking those beers while driving around because it's 4:30 in the morning and nobody is there to catch them.
Or they're just they're waiting until they're off and they're just crushing 6 beers because or whatever.
No, they're drinking them all along the route, dude.
Okay, whatever. In a perfect world, maybe. But
did your dad just leave them out or leave them in a little cooler so they stayed cold?
You set it up. That's which is why I would think you'd have to go kind of cool those bad boys down and then, or stop and get ice on the way somewhere. I don't know. But it was funny because it was 100% of the time you put some beer out with that, those tree limbs are gone.
Your dad's a fucking genius, and I want you to tell him that I said that.
I think
he's a goddamn revolutionary.
Oh, he's great. Just I just think that a nice cold beer getting the job done with a lot of people goes a long way. And I'm not talking your yard guy. If he's doing your flowers or whatever, I don't have any of that shit get done to my place, but you throw him a beer. I guarantee you that shit's going to be done with pride. It's going to be done. It's going to look a little bit prettier because people just want to know you fucking care, man. And if you just throw out a little beer, it's hey, I got you. Here, I get this isn't the best.
Dude,
that'd be tight if you could hook me up. And they're oh shit, for beer? Beer
I'm
is
too lazy
gold
to actually
in a lot
get
of
an
ways.
estimate I'm too lazy to actually get an estimate on what it would charge to get my yard done every week or two. But also, I'm like, dude, I paid for this lawnmower and I paid for this edger. Like, God damn it, I'm not paying. Like, not gonna let them just sit there now that I've actually paid to have them.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want to fucking do it anymore.
I feel like we all like this is one of the best not cools that we've all had. Like, just like the listener ones are pretty lit too, but the three of us had all solid not cools. I thought this week.
Yeah. Like
Robert going last just took it home too. That was great.
I didn't even need to soften it for Robert. I thought I would give him a seriously. I just picture this guy yelling "yeet," just throwing trash cans.
I hope he does yell "yeet" now. All right, that was our not cool segment. If you guys are not cool, use the hashtag PTG not cool to @PassTheGravyPod on Twitter. We got one last segment. It's the answers segment, and we're all at home a lot right now. You got smelly homes. How do you fix those? I got an answer for you. See what I did there? It's Little M Air Fresheners, the best air fresheners in the entire world. LittleMShop.com, LittleEMShop.com. Smelly cars got you down. Smelly homes got you down. Don't worry. Head over to LittleMShop.com. Get you some of the best damn air fresheners in the game. They also got some awesome new keychains. The Getaway Car and See You Never. I love those keychains. They get that old like motel style keychain. They have awesome stickers. They got all kinds of everything. Get some stuff for your girl too, fellas. Put a little air freshener in her car. Take it and go get it washed, and then be like, also, babe, got you some stickers and got you this, and here's their little keychain. They're like, oh my god, how thoughtful! How great is that? Pretty awesome stuff. So shout out to everybody. Go to Little. That's what girls sound like. That's how every girl sounds that way. LittleMShop.com, the best air fresheners in the entire world. Get you some of them. Hit us up. Tag them on Twitter, Little M Tweets on Twitter, and @LittleMShop on Instagram. Tag us as well @PassGrayPod on all social media platforms. Little M Shop, the best air fresheners in the entire world, the official air freshener sponsor of Pass the Gray Podcast and the sponsor of our answer segment, LittleMShop.com. That's LittleEMShop.com. This is the answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question. Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question. It's like, what must we answer the question?
Any questions?
Our first question this week comes from our podcast son, Skylar Lester.
Oh my god, it's Skylar!
And Skylar says, or it's actually @OMG, it's Skylar. That's a past name. But Skylar says, is dying when your skeleton hatches? Is dying when your skeleton hatches?
No. Because it takes a long time after death for your skeleton to hatch.
That's what I was going to say.
So dying is not when your skeleton hatches, no. Okay. Dying is the first step of the transformation. But no, dying is not when your skeleton hatches.
That's like fertilization. Dying is like the fertilization.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
I don't really have a great answer for that.
Is the sperm entering the egg?
We'll go with
Way
that.
to bring it full circle. That's how it begins. That's how it ends.
That's what I love about this podcast. Everybody's got
not
their
a triangle.
Perspective. Danielle Weston @Danny_Weston, our answers question asker of the year last year, says, if you could put any ingredient in a basket for Chopped, what would it be and why? Now, I've been watching some Chopped as of late, all right? Emma just got back home. Like, she's had some Chopped on, and I'm not going to lie, it's a pretty great show. I'm not knocking Chopped ever, but, like, it's a pretty great show. But they'll put, like, we put blueberry pie, a Twinkie, some sassafras roots, and a coconut in a basket. Make us a dessert. And you're like, what? How am I going to make a dessert using all of those ingredients? I'm trying to think of something that would just be like insane to throw in a
Well, the best thing, I mean, I was going to say garlic just because I love garlic, but no, bacon. Everything is good with bacon. So if you can throw bacon in your Chopped basket, you go with bacon.
But like, if you're trying to make it easy on them, then I would like to just throw something that's just gonna like, what the fuck do I do with this thing? Like, what do I do with this basket?
I was taking this as in like I'm in Chopped and I need this in my basket.
Oh no,
That's
I'm
how I'm
talking
reading
like
it.
I want chaos in this. Like, I want something weird where they're like, what do I do with this?
Okay.
Because I saw Baby Octopus in one, and I was like, fuck that. I would just be like, I'm done. I quit. Like, the second that came up, you could reduce cow farts. Yeah.
Okay, if you're going for pure chaos in a Chopped basket, which by the way I've never watched Chopped, so
You never watched Chopped.
no.
I didn't even know what it was. To me, it sounded like a motorcycle
I prefer-
show.
So, okay.
I prefer guys'
just-
grocery games.
Okay, quickly, since you guys don't get it, and that's one of those where it's
I mean,
like,
I
okay,
get it. I just have never
but
watched
if you guys don't know the show, maybe other people watching or listening don't know the show either. Chopped is basically it's an elimination style contest. So there's four. They start with 4 like chefs. They each get a basket, and each round it's like you do the appetizer, you do the main course, you do the dessert, and then they chop somebody each round. So you go from 4 to 1 person, and each way like they do like a different part of the meal. And so
Sounds like a less cool guys' grocery games.
see, I don't watch that, but like
That one's awesome.
the question wasn't about, which I've heard is like a knockoff supermarket sweep. So
It is. It's like if you combine supermarket sweeps and Chopped. So it's like the best fucking show ever.
So
Sounds like a knockoff MasterChef.
But they'll give you like a basket, and it's like blueberry pie, the Twinkies, and all that. Like, make something out of this.
So if you got to go for pure, you know what? Durian fruit. It's that fruit that smells like the worst farts ever.
Mm-hmm.
If
I would
Google
put
it,
like a live scorpion. I would put like a live scorpion in there. Where like, what do I do? Like, do I have to fillet it alive, or do I boil? Like, I would throw something that's alive. Peter would Peter would be furious, but I would throw. You got to throw a wrench in there, and also something that's sort of like stingy.
Because as soon as you cut into that durian fruit, the entire studio is going to smell like wet ass. So then it's going to throw everybody off, and it's going to be just crazy. And you got to figure out, how do I take this fruit that smells like the inside of a baboon's butthole and cook it into something delicious? And then also discard of the rest of it so that that smell doesn't permeate the judges' noses while they're trying to eat.
Robert, what do you think?
Dragon fruit.
Dragon fruit.
Just because nobody knows what to do with it?
Yeah.
That's what durian fruit is, except it's stinky. So boom, mine's better.
I would put a scorpion. Just because I don't know how you can't make scorpion rolls. Like, that's not really what scorpion rolls are made of.
I mean, yeah, okay. You know, I'll tell you right now. You give me scorpion.
I just you just know somebody would get stung by it, and that's all. Like, that's what I'm there for.
I'm gonna rip the tail off. I'm gonna boil it.
That's escargot, bro.
Yeah, people know. No, I'm gonna rip the tail off the scorpion. I'm gonna dip it in chocolate. Boom, chocolate covered scorpion. Boom.
Right, but just it'd be interesting to see what people do with
it would be
scorpions.
interesting. But you said you wanted chaos, and if you want chaos, durian fruit.
Yeah, a bunch of cooks getting stung by scorpions. Chaos.
No, that's not. No, you just use your tongs to squish them, so you don't get stung.
You can't cook them as well.
Yeah, you can.
That was a good question, Danielle. Very good question.
Great question that I won.
Danielle as well. Also, I saw her rocking her "I Don't Need Your Negativity" shirt from the Pass the Gravy merch store, which you can get. Also, shout out again, bro, Brad. He was rocking the Irish AF, and our boy Will Reinhardt. He was rocking the Irish AF shirt, flying off shelves right now. So appreciate all you guys.
Because the Irish are a proud people.
I know that Danielle bought the "I Don't Need Your Negativity" shirt. That's one of the new ones. The Pass the Gravy merch store, passthegravymerch.com. If you get anything from the Pass the Gravy merch store, hit us up at Pass the Gravy Pod, at Alex J. Middleton, at Not Pat DN, at Robert Robosa 03. Let us know you're rocking the PTG gear. I just ordered a bunch of stuff that just started showing up. I got a new Dallas Killed JFK one. I think I drunkenly gave one away at the Roughnecks game I went to in Dallas.
Sounds like you.
And then I got one of those sun ones, but I got like the turquoise color too, so it looks a little bit more summery. So now I have the black and the turquoise one, which is pretty awesome. And then I got another West Ham one because I've been giving those away as well. But very good question, Danielle. Our next question comes from our boy Brett Brandon at Price of a ZJ. And he says, how many Crocs would Kid Rock rock if Kid Rock could rock Crocs?
See, it's a The question itself is a fallacy because it says if he could rock Crocs, he definitely rocks Crocs.
Kid Rock is too, though.
Definitely a Croc guy. But how many pairs?
You can only rock one pair at a time, so it's one. Yeah, he doesn't have 4 feet.
No, you can only wear one at a time, but you can rock multiple pairs of Crocs.
It didn't say how many does he own. You can rock shoes when you're wearing the shoes.
It says how many can he rock.
You don't rock shoes if you're not wearing them.
You can rock 5 different pairs in a day if you keep going through wardrobe changes. I think Kid Rock
I would say 2 at a time.
Than 3. I would say he owns no less than 3 pairs of Crocs.
I'm with Alex on this one. 2 at a time.
All right. I respect your judgment then.
Voice of reason.
But hold on, just to answer my question, do you over under on 2.5 pairs of Crocs that Kid Rock owns? Are you taking the over under?
Over.
3.5.
Over.
Oh, see, I think 3 is. I think
he's got
number.
A lot. Like you got to think when
I don't
you're
think
famous, people
lot,
just send you things. People just send you things.
He owns 3 pairs. I think he owns 3 pairs of Crocs. Like he's probably got one in a barn. Because I assume anybody that rich owns a barn.
They're like, oh, like Victor Cruz even the other day, like he doesn't even play football anymore, and he goes like Nike sent him the new shoes that they just put out, and it was like, what's he training for?
Well, no, he probably had a deal, and I'm sure he signed with Nike back in the day, and it was probably like a 4-year deal, but it was probably
has like
years worth of shoes.
Kid Rock probably has 4 pairs of just camouflage Crocs. And then just every other team that sent Kid Rock Crocs, like they've all like Kid Rock has over like 100 pairs of Crocs.
I didn't think about that. Like I would have expected that he had 3 pairs of camo Crocs, but you got to think
he's got a Tigers pair, he's got a Red Wings pair, he's got a Lions pair, like he's got a Pistons pair.
So I'd say he has at least 7 pairs.
He's got a double-digit Crocs,
probably, but I would say at least 7 pairs.
So, but I would say he would rock 2 pairs of Crocs if Kid Rock could rock Crocs.
Oh no!
We didn't ask.
You mean 2 Crocs? You just said 2 pairs. You mean one pair?
He would rock a pair.
Okay.
Excuse me. That's a good question, Brett. Brett weighing in heavily on today's podcast. I like that. Our buddy Josh Treecottle also weighing in heavily today. What superpower would you choose? And I think he's asked this before. We've definitely been asked one of these, but like, it's always fun.
It's teleportation. Without a doubt. I used to say flight before I had big brain energy. Why fly 3.5 hours when I can just be there? There's nothing better than teleportation, without a doubt. Now, if you're a fucking pervert, you say invisibility.
See, I would say invisibility because you can get –
because you're a fucking pervert.
Not that. Just because like you never have to pay for a ticket to anything ever again.
Respectability.
Okay, Alex, if you can
respecting women will be my superpower.
Alex, if you can teleport past the ticket booth.
Fuck you, Pat. But how cool would it be? Like, I'll be right back. And then you can also just invisibly steal hot dogs. Like you can go to a baseball game and not pay a dime. You can teleport. You can teleport next to the hot dogs, and then you can teleport away from the hot dogs. But they can still see you.
No, you can teleport out of the stadium to a real good hot dog. And then teleport back. Like you could teleport back to your house, grab a brisket sandwich, teleport back to your seat, and be eating a delicious brisket sandwich that doesn't cost you $17.
But can you play hide and seek?
Yes, because you can constantly move when they get close.
Out of the boundaries, though, so you wouldn't be allowed to.
Only you would teleport. Your clothes would not teleport.
I'd still take it.
That's a caveat.
But
then we know you teleported. We're like, Pat's fucking teleporting again. There his clothes are.
I mean, actually, here's the thing. If I gripped in my fist my clothes, they would come with me because I'd have a hold of them. Yes, they would. Still, I would still take –
what if every time you teleport, a little part of you stays behind?
A little part.
A tiny part
like
of
you. You get like a quarter of an inch shorter every single time.
That's not what teleportation is, though. Have you not seen Jumper?
But no, this is a new one.
We're making the rules now.
Okay,
yeah, we're in charge.
What if every time
you went you're not making the rules. Robert and I are making rules now.
What if every time you went invisible, your dick lost a quarter?
This is our game.
No, I made it.
Then I don't have that much to lose anyway, so it'd be fine.
No, exactly. You don't have much to lose, so you got to hold on to what you got. You can't be having.
I'm gonna disappoint anybody anyway, so it won't make any difference.
Yeah, it looks like a button, but it's all I have left.
Okay, what was his
There's nothing better than teleportation.
What
Benedict
superhero?
Cumberbatch.
What superhero is he? Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Yeah.
He was he could go back in time, right?
But that was only because of the time stone that he held. When he loses the time stone, he can't do that anymore.
Because I was like, if there's one where you could like go back in time, and then like come back forward in time, I would totally do it to strictly gamble on things. But like, I don't know. I think being able to be
Teleportation.
invisible would be sick.
Nothing, because you're a fucking pervert.
I'm
you just
not,
want to look
though.
at naked ladies.
I don't, and I wouldn't use it for that. Just like you could get away from any situation
Bullshit.
ever. You could get away from any situation.
Bullshit.
Oh, hey, I'm at work and I don't want to have to fucking talk to this random fucking dude in work. Boom,
Okay,
invisible.
boom, teleport away.
But you could still
anything that
you could still have to go piss. You can still have to go piss in the same bathroom. You can teleport to the
Alex,
bathroom, and it's like, cool,
Alex.
Pat just teleported to the bathroom.
Here's-
I could be
here's what I'm
invisible
gonna sell
pissing,
you.
and no one could see it.
Here, you'd still see the piss when it makes a wet stain. Here's
That's
what I'm going
fine.
to sell you.
I don't have
Here's
to
what
talk
I'm
to
going
that
to
guy.
sell you on this, Alex. When you were at that Astros game, would invisibility help you not shit your pants, or would teleportation help you not shit your pants?
Invisibility, because nobody could have fucking seen me with shit in my pants. I wouldn't have to like, be hiding.
You still would have shit your pants though. If you could have teleported home.
Yeah, but
you would have made it to
invisible
the
shit
toilet.
pants are different than like shit pants that anybody can see.
There's still shit in your pants and on your ass and legs.
What if it's like video game fast travel rules where you could only teleport if you've been there?
I'm fine with that.
It's still a pretty open world.
That's still a pretty awesome world, dude.
Like I could go to San Francisco.
Dude, I don't
I've
like
been there.
to go places. So, like, if I could just teleport back and forth between Fredericksburg and to my uncles and aunts' houses in fucking New England, I don't give a shit. And then if I needed to go somewhere, I would teleport to the closest
I want
place
to read
I've been,
people's minds. I
drive
would read
there.
people's minds. I would
No.
read people's minds.
I don't want to know what's going on up there. Bro, you keep trying to, like, this is how you know teleportation is the best answer, is you keep trying to find ways to dig at it because you know it's better than your answer.
I don't trust teleportation. I don't want
Robert,
it.
what would you choose?
He respecting women.
Like, yeah, that's my superpower.
No, that's not a superpower.
He
That's just something
puts them
all
on
of
a
us should
platform
do.
because he respects them so much.
Hold on. If you think that's a superpower, then that means you don't actually respect women.
No, I'm saying I already have that superpower.
That's not a superpower. That is just a general thing that all of us should do.
He does respect women. That's why he watches the U.S. women's national team soccer.
Robert,
players,
I'm not
because
letting
he
this go
respects
until
women
you
so
give
much.
me a superpower.
I'm gonna say something. Super speed.
Super
Yeah,
speed would be
that's a
cool
good
too.
one.
Super speed.
That's a
But then
good one.
also, these colors don't run. So, I mean,
No, did y'all ever watch Heroes?
no.
Mm-mm.
What's her face? Haley.
No, we just said
Hayden Panettiere.
She actually
She had-
rear-ended my buddy once when he was visiting his dad out in Cali.
Was
the
she-
shampoo?
Yeah, she invented it.
It's Pantene.
But on Heroes, the TV show, she could like take any injury and like not feel it, and then like just like regenerate, like be fine, which would be pretty sick.
No, because then that means you're going to live forever, and that would suck.
Fuck, you're right. That's a good point.
Dude, teleportation. Why can't you just admit?
Invisibility.
Why can't you just admit that I'm right? It's because, okay, so I say teleportation because I have the best one. Alex says invisibility because he's a fucking pervert.
I'm not.
And Robert just takes super speed because super speed is a cool one too. Like to be the Flash would be dope. And the Flash always is a jokester, and I mean it's.
But you've seen The Boys, right?
Oh, yeah, I've seen
a
The Boys.
little.
The very
a little
beginning of
bit
The
it.
Boys, he fucking literally like murders a guy running through him.
Did you see The Boys?
I saw a couple episodes. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It is good.
It's good. I get it. But he like just runs right through that guy, and I was like, that would be the worst.
I think I'd have a little more control than that guy. He was.
I don't
he
know,
was.
man.
I think he was on
No,
something.
here's the thing about the Boys is that all those superheroes became jaded dicks and became too infatuated with their own abilities. That's not
Which we
wrong.
would totally become.
No, no,
Everybody
no,
with
no,
the
no,
fucking
no, no.
ability, because
No,
he doesn't
no,
have an
no.
ability. If you
Me
had an
and
ability,
you.
you would totally become self-centered about it.
Me and you would do that. Robert wouldn't.
I disagree. Like
Robert
if you
is
had
the
the
best of
ability,
us.
you would become.
Wow,
self-centered.
so you think Robert's just a dick and he's hiding it?
I don't think that. But
That's
I think
what you
Robert
just
would
said.
try and be the super speed guy of all time.
No, but you
Could
just
be.
said it would corrupt him. You just said that.
Robert would start running track like next week if he got super speed.
No,
if Robert ever starts running track, we're gonna know he has super speed.
Robert would not use his abilities for bad. He's too good of a person.
Not yet.
You're assuming that Robert is a shit person, or that it's going to turn him into a shit person.
We're all corruptible.
Not me
That's
jokes.
what I'm saying.
He's the best of us. He is.
We've got to move on. We've got to move on.
Robert, your superpower should be to be Batman.
There's no superpower. He has dead parents? No thanks.
His superpower is that he's got dead parents and a lot of money. And genius level intellect, the world's best detective,
you have no parents.
and he's got the best physique in the world. No, you know what? Stick with super speed. You don't want dead parents.
Yeah, I don't think I want dead parents.
All right, our final question of the week comes from our buddy Matthew Jaramillo at
And he asked, why can't
85.
Alex admit when Pat is right and he's wrong?
Matthew actually shot to him. He ordered some Little M air fresheners. We sent him some Passive Gravy stickers. If you order anything from littleemshop.com, littleemshop.com, like mention something with Passive Gravy in on it, we'll throw you some stickers in your order as well. But Matthew Jaramillo says, do great white sharks need to think about changing their name?
No.
Very good question to ask, though. I mean, the R words have had to change their name. We're going through a whole overhaul. I think great white's a little problematic.
No, here's why. Because they're not.
Why not the white shark? Why not the white shark?
They're not called great because they're white sharks.
Why? How do you know that?
Because they're literally not called great because they're white sharks. They're great white sharks. They're great because of their ferociousness and that they're the top predator in the sea.
That sounds terrifying.
And then they're called. I don't know why they're called
terrifying
white sharks.
sharks.
Because they're great white sharks, man.
They're
great white sharks. What are you gonna do?
I think we call them Blanco sharks.
You're just changing the language of it.
Exactly.
Changing the language doesn't fix the language if it's problematic. How do you say skin in Spanish?
We eat at the Crazy a lot of times. I've eaten at the Crazy, but I don't have a problem with it when it's called Los Cucos.
Hold on. I'm figuring something out here.
If you told me, Alex, I want to go eat in an insane asylum, I'd be like, probably not. But if you're like, you're going to go eat at Los Cucos, I'd be like, okay.
All right, so if I said change the name of the Redskins to Pielo Rojos, you'd be fine with that?
Sounds problematic.
Oh, no. So
it's you coming up with it.
So you're right. Changing the language does not change the problematicness of it.
Because I know you just looked up on Google like what the translation for Redskins was.
No, actually, I looked up what the translation was for skin, and then I know that the identifier.
Rojos. I heard Rojos.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah, but that's why that was.
I knew you said Redskins in Spanish, which is why I was like, "Fuck you." No.
Yeah, and I knew you said white in fucking Spanish. So what is the difference?
I'm just saying you are much more likely to go eat at Los Cucos than an insane asylum, just because it's got a cool name. So call it the Blanco shark.
No. Why wouldn't you just call it the white shark?
Blanco sounds cool.
Blanco shark does sound cooler, I think.
It does sound cooler.
It does, but hold on. How do you say great in Spanish?
2v1. I don't need you to look up stuff in Spanish.
I'm doing it. The Blanco Excelente shark.
Sounds like a pretty sweet shark.
Hold on, how do you say shark?
Honestly, sounds like a pretty fucking sweet shark.
Blanco Excelente Tiburon.
Oh, Tiburon. You're right. Because on Madden, you could always be the Tiburons.
Oh my God! See, that's too many syllables.
Call it anything in Spanish. That's my answer. Anything in Spanish.
Great white shark. It just rolls off the. It rolls off the tongue. Actually,
it rolls off your white supremacist tongue, doesn't it, Pat?
Hold on, I'm gonna actually Google
all the way to his
shark
clan meetings
and see if I put the Gran Tiburon Blanco. That is pretty sexy.
So yeah, just throw a Spanish name on it, and really, it's cooler.
But here's the thing:
solved.
During Shark Week, it's gonna sound problematic when the guys are like, "We're out here looking for the Gran Tiburon Blanco."
Excuse you, it's Tiburon Wico.
Why are you
Wico de la Tiburon?
What?
Wico de la Tiburon.
What the fuck is that?
It's Shark Week.
That That's going to sound more problematic when people are just speaking regularly and then they break into Spanish for 3 words.
No, that's the whole bit. Is that everybody's just like says everything in Spanish, and then you're like, "Well, that's offensive." And you're like, "No, now we're just speaking a foreign language, so like, it doesn't matter."
What the fuck is wrong with us?
No, because if you're mad about words, then like we all just speak a different language, and nobody's mad about words, and it's like, no, see, like.
Oh no, I think
language
we've
is
proven
bad.
that when you speak a different language, there are some dumbasses out there that get very angry about that. Why aren't they speaking English on Shark Week anymore?
Anyways,
I ain't trying
Blanco
to learn about
Sharks.
some Tiburones.
Blanco Sharks is the name of it. So we're gonna go Blanco Shark is what they're gonna change it to, and yes, they should change the name.
This is Gran Tiburon Blanco.
All right, that's
Hold
all,
on,
guys. That's all we got.
Why when I Googled great in Spanish, it said excelente, but when I Googled great white shark, great became gran?
I don't fucking know. Do I look like the expert in Spanish speaking? Why are you asking the white guy that like obviously doesn't know Spanish? I took sign language so I didn't have to speak Spanish.
Wow, you racist.
No, also I like was able to cheat my way through sign language because all the tests were visual tests.
Wow, white privilege.
Sign language privilege.
All right, let's wrap
get
it
it
up.
like that. Get it right. All right, buddy. I love you guys. Y'all are
Don't tell
awesome.
me I'm gonna get it.
Hashtag PTG Answers at Pass the Gravy Pod. You can email them to us, answers at passthegravypod.com. We do have a Monday episode coming up. I'm recording it tomorrow night. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be sports related.
I'm going to be involved.
Pat's going to be involved. Robert, I don't know what you got going on at 7 p.m. tomorrow. If you would like to hop on, you're more than welcome to. But we'll discuss after. This was just like last second I mentioned it. But there is a Monday episode. I apologize for not having any the last 2 weeks. And then I guess I am hopping on a live stream with Patrick McClellan and Dusty Rhodes. Just a couple comics and Alex. I'm just basically a comic now. Just hopping on a live stream with them if you're listening to this at 8 p.m. on July 15th when we release this. I love you guys. Be awesome. Be cool. Wear your fucking masks. Anybody else got anything else? PassTheGravyMerch.com. Get some Pass the Gravy merch. It's going to be the shit. I love you guys. Be cool. And peace out, Cub Scout. And that wasn't my sign out. My sign out was Pass the Gravy. That's my Race Wars sign out. I'm used to doing so many things. Hey, peace out, Cub Scout, and Pass the Gravy. Yeah. Bitches!
I'm like, yeah, he's fine. Wonder if he'll be mine. Walk past, I press rewind.